Chicago lures the Florida Marlins into the Cubby Den. The hunt is on in the friendly confines. Today at 2 on WGN America.
It's the Hyundai Leadoff Man Show. Now, here's Len Casper.
Well, the Cubs are back home for a quick 4-game homestand, and we are live from the friendly confines of Wrigley Field for the Hyundai Leadoff Man on WGN Sports. Gorgeous day for baseball today, and we'll set the table as the Cubs host the Florida Marlins in Game 2. Hi again, everyone. I'm Len Casper. What a wild one last night. The Cubs returned home after a 2-4 road trip. Got a big 6-3 win to maintain a 1-game lead in the division. Lots of highlights from this one as the Cubs back home and trying to snap a 10-game losing streak to the Florida Marlins. Hanley Ramirez took a slider up, and he took it out against Carlos Zambrano. Major League leading 143rd home run for the Florida Marlins. Bottom of that inning, Ronnie Cedeno striking back with a solo shot, cut the deficit to 2-1. Big Z didn't have his best stuff, but he still was Big Z. 125 pitches, and he didn't walk anybody on the night. Couple of his strikeouts in the ballgame. Bottom of the 5th, Carlos at the plate continues to get it done. That's a game-tying RBI double, plating Mark DeRosa. Later in that inning with the bases full, a great at-bat by Derek Lee works a bases-loaded walk against Scott Olson. Cubs lead 3-2. Then Aramis Ramirez with a 2-run double, scoring Soriano and Terrio. Derek Lee trying to get in. Nice play by the catcher, John Baker, to apply the tag. Cubs up 5-2 at that point, and Scott Olson very frustrated with his performance in the 6th. Henry Blanco, like Ronnie Cedeno, hitting just his 2nd home run of the season. And the Cubs at that point led 6-2. But the Marlins would not go away. In the 8th inning, Henry Blanco dropping what looked like an out gave Luis Gonzalez another chance. But Mark DeRosa helping out. A great diving catch, saving possibly 3 runs. The Marlins did score on that play. They gave him a sac fly, but then Marmol came on, got Willingham looking to get out of the 8th. And then in the 9th, Carlos continues to struggle a bit with his control, particularly with his fastball. But he got Wes Helms with the bases loaded for the save. Cubs win 6-3 the final. They snapped their 10-game skid against Florida dating back to 2006. And as that was happening, Ryan Braun hit a game-winning 2-run homer in St. Louis. So the Brewers still just a game out in the division. They'll host the Houston Astros tonight in Milwaukee. Left-handers Wandy Rodriguez and Manny Parra in that one. More on the pitchers for this one coming up later. But as we go to break, we'd like to recognize our Chicagoland Hyundai dealer of the game, Hoogie Hyundai in Downers Grove, Illinois. Hyundai, the right choice. Log on to myhyundaichicago.com and more on the newest Cub when we come back.
Notice how digital's made pretty much everything better, especially television. Digital TV's got better picture, better sound, more channels. In fact, digital's so much better that by law, all broadcast TV has to be digital by 2009. But there's a catch. Some TVs need an upgrade to get digital. You could even lose your signal. Get the facts. Visit dtvanswers.com to learn about television switch to digital. Or call this number to see how you can stay connected.
Oh, hey, I'm the night watchman here at the Fortress of Television Innovation. My job takes me from the top to the very bottom of this mighty structure. It's up to me to keep the fortress safe and secure from mediocre television. So one day, I discovered a vault filled with movies and created myself a secret getaway. I call it the Movie Underground.
Premiering tonight at 8 East 5 West, right here on WGN America.
Your Gotham City pizza. And could you tell the Joker he owes me a car?
Introducing the Gotham City Pizza with 50% more pepperoni for $9.99. Domino's, you got 30 minutes.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Okay. Okay.
The power of pizza in a bite-sized snack. Totino's Pizza Rolls.
Pop-Tarts can't stand up to the delicious taste of toaster strudel. Pillsbury toaster strudel, the one kids want to eat.
The Hyundai Leadoff Man, brought to you in part by Walgreens, the pharmacy of the Chicago Cubs, and by your local Hyundai dealer. What a day for a Hyundai deal during your Hyundai dealer's dollars and cents clearance.
Well, the Cubs needed to add to their bullpen with Kerry Wood going on the disabled list with the finger blister yesterday. And right-hander Jeff Samardzija is now in the major leagues. Notre Dame football fans will remember his fantastic career as a wide receiver, but he is now committed to baseball full-time, 23 years old, born in Merrillville, Indiana. I have a lot of family and friends in attendance this weekend, and I had a chance to chat with Jeff Samardzija. Well, Jeff, you've worn this uniform before in spring training, but regular season now. Welcome to the big leagues.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
How does it feel?
You know, it's kind of crazy right now. It's been traveling all morning and stuff, so I'm still excited. I mean, I could have got in about 10 minutes ago, and I still would be excited. And heart's been running for about 6 hours now, and just been excited. So, you know, ready to go, ready for the game to start.
Obviously, it's a big goal to get to the major leagues. Did you have in your mind at all going into 2008 when that might happen?
You know, I kind of just try to, you know, not think about it too much and just know that if I worked on my stuff and, you know, and I did the things I needed to do and they thought I was ready, then, you know, they would make the call. So you know, I didn't want to get too much into dates and times and stuff, and I knew I needed to take care of some stuff, you know, when it came to my mechanics and, you know, to all my pitches. But, you know, now being here, all that's kind of thrown out the window. It's all about results now. So I'm happy I had the time I had down there to work on what I needed to work on. And but you know, it's so long for that. You know, it's time to start playing.
What have Lou and Jim Hendry told you about coming up here?
You know, I just talked to Jim today. I talked to him once on the phone, and you know, just it's time. You know, it's enough of the messing around and in the minor leagues and stuff, and it's time to come out and produce. And you know, I couldn't ask for anything more than to be put in the situation. You know, to come into a team, such a great team with a bunch of great group of guys, and the situation they're in right now, being in first place, especially in summer in the city, you can't ask for anything more.
What was a big key to your success making the jump to AAA?
You know, it was just being more consistent with all my pitches. I felt like any given day, 1, 2, or 3 pitches could be there, you know, when I was in AA, and then getting to AAA, it seemed like every time out, all my pitches were there every time. They were consistent. I could throw them ahead in the count, behind the count, and you know, it really helped me keep the hitters off balance, and really allowed me to throw all my pitches. So I think once I started doing that and getting into a good rhythm early in the game, I think that always was a big problem for me. I'd go out and be all excited and maybe walk a guy or two in the first inning and really get myself into trouble. So instead of doing that, I was getting into a good rhythm and getting deep into games and really not throwing that many pitches, but still striking out some guys. So it was good. And
a good time, and Coach Weiss will be singing The Stretch coming up tomorrow, and I'm sure you have a lot of family and friends coming this weekend too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great weekend. You know, I'm trying to balance it too. I kind of learned a little bit of that. You know, at Notre Dame playing, you know, you got tickets to take care of everything on Thursday and Friday. So you know, I'm a little used to it, and everyone kind of knows the routine now with me. You know, they call me a couple days before, but after that, you know, don't talk to me. So, but you know, it's good. A lot of people will be in. I talked to Coach Weiss yesterday, and I'm sure he'll be here. He's a terrible singer, so I'm not looking forward to that. But I'm sure little Charlie or someone can throw out the first pitch, and that'll be exciting. And should be a lot of Notre Dame fans here, which is always exciting. Chicago's a great town for that.
And we're excited to have Jeff Samardzija here. He will pitch in middle relief for the Cubs, and we'll talk about today's starting pitchers as we continue the Hyundai Leadoff Man.
Join the Night Watchman as he secures the fortress in an ongoing quest to keep it safe from mediocre television. Travel deep down to the movie underground to screen another movie mind fresh from the vaults. Forget his political career. Tonight, we got the film that put Arnold on the map, The Terminator.
I'll be back.
Enter the movie underground, premiering tonight at 8 East 5 West, right here on WGN America. Keep your eyes here.
You're terminated.
The next available representative will be with you in 4 hours, 10 minutes.
Get your identity stolen, you'll spend day after day on the phone getting it back with calls to the bank, credit cards, the Social Security office, and on it goes.
Please continue to hold.
Fortunately, there's Farmers Identity Shield. For just $65 or less per year, your credit is monitored.
Thank you for holding.
Plus, a personal fraud advocate helps make all those calls no matter how long it takes. So make only one now. 1-800-FARMERS.
Here's your Gotham City pizza. And, could you tell the Joker he owes me a car?
Introducing the Gotham City Pizza with 50% more pepperoni for $9.99. Domino's, you got 30 minutes.
I'll see you in Chicago, John.
This man.
This is my cab, ow!
Has to get home for the holidays. This man.
Wow.
Is his only way to get there.
Here we go.
Steve Martin.
Where's your other hand?
John Candy.
Between two pillows.
In the John Hughes Classic.
Those aren't pillows.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Saturday at 8 on WGN America.
WGN America, your summertime home for baseball.
Hyundai Leadoff Man, brought to you in part by Walgreens, the pharmacy of the Chicago Cubs, and by your local Hyundai dealer. What a day for a Hyundai deal during your Hyundai dealer's dollars and cents clearance.
Today's Game Time forecast is sponsored by The Great Escape. Save on pools, patio furniture, hot tubs, and everything you need for summer fun. Starters now, Ryan Dempster, the All-Star, facing one of his former teams, 10-1 here at Wrigley Field this year. Right-hander Josh Johnson for Florida, his third start since coming back from Tommy John surgery. Well, that's going to do it on the Leadoff Man Show. Guests of the Leadoff Man Show receive a gift certificate to Harry Carey's legendary Italian Steakhouse, voted best steakhouse in Chicago. Best analyst around, Bob Brenly, will join me for the call of Game 2. The Cubs hosting the Marlins next.
Attention, all Medicare beneficiaries who need assistance getting around their homes. There is a Medicare benefit that may qualify you for a new power chair or scooter at little to no cost to you. Stay tuned for this important Medicare benefit information and free scooter guarantee. Imagine one scooter or power chair that could improve your mobility and your life. One Medicare benefit that, with private insurance, may entitle you to pay little to nothing to own it. One company that can make it all happen.
Great news. Your power chair will be paid in full.
The Scooter Store. Why should you call the Scooter Store today? Because their mobility experts are also Medicare experts. And that means the Scooter Store is your best shot at qualifying for a scooter that costs you little to nothing.
Hi, I'm Dan Weston. At the Scooter Store, more than 91% of our Medicare customers pay little to nothing out of pocket. How do we do it? We know what it takes to get you your scooter or power chair. It's our strength, it's our mission, and we back it up with this free scooter guarantee. If we pre-qualify you for Medicare reimbursement and Medicare denies your claim, we'll give you your new power chair or scooter absolutely free.
I paid into Medicare all my life, and when I needed it, the benefit was there for me. The Scooter Store made it so easy.
I didn't pay a penny out of pocket for my power chair. Medicare and my insurance covered it all.
The Scooter Store got me back out into the world again, and they're some of the nicest people you'll ever talk to.
There is a Medicare benefit that may qualify you for a new power chair or scooter at little to no cost to you.
Call the Scooter Store for free information today.
Improve your mobility and your life. Call 1-866-816-2388 for your free, no-obligation information from the Scooter Store. Find out if you pre-qualify for Medicare and insurance payment on a brand new power chair or scooter. That number again is 1-866-816-2388.
Today, Chicago lures the Florida Marlins into the Cubby Den. The hunt is on in the friendly confines. Today at 2 on WGN America. The following is a presentation of WGN Sports.
the W flag has flown atop Wrigley Field 38 times already in just 50 home games for the Cubs in 2008. They look for another win today, and we are set for Cubs baseball on WGN Sports. It's game 2 of a 4-game weekend series as the Cubs host the Florida Marlins. Hi again, everyone. It's Bob Brenly and Len Casper. Alfonso Soriano has been back in the Cubs lineup for 2 games. Cubs are averaging a bunch of runs, and they've won both.
Well, you know, with Fonzie out of the lineup, Ryan Theriot did a really nice job filling in at the top of the order. But Alfonso Soriano brings a presence. A term that managers like to use is lengthening your lineup. Certainly with Alfonso at the top and his home run power, Lou Piniella is able to do that with Fonzie back in the lineup.
All right, they've scored 16 runs in the 2 games he's been back. Ryan Dempster would love some run support today, but he hasn't needed a whole lot this year.
Well, he hasn't needed very much at all, especially last time out against the Houston Astros. He was magnificent. 8 innings of 6-hit shutout baseball, struck out 7, only walked 1 batter. He's been really good this month.
For the Florida Marlins, Josh Johnson is going to pitch. 3rd start since coming back from Tommy John surgery. When he's been healthy, he's been really good. His 1 full season was excellent.
Yeah, talking to the advanced scouts here at the ballpark today, they say this guy is a legitimate ace of a rotation at some point in the near future.
All right, we're set for baseball. First, our national anthem. Let's go down to the field. The anthem today by Corey Thompson.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's celeste gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Chicago Cubs baseball brought to you by Budweiser. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager. AM/PM. AM/PM. Too much good stuff. The Illinois Lottery. Play the Illinois Lottery. Have a ball. By Comcast. Proven advanced technology. Call 1-888-4BEST-TV. By Pepsi. Every sip gets you closer. And by Southwest Airlines. Please don't fly with us. Visit southwest.com.
Oh, hey, I'm the night watchman here at the Fortress of Television Innovation. My job takes me from the top to the very bottom of this mighty structure. It's up to me to keep the fortress safe and secure from mediocre television. So one day, I discovered a vault filled with movies and created myself a secret getaway. I call it the Movie Underground.
Premiering tonight at 8 East 5 West, right here on WGN America.
A lot of choices, huh?
Tell me about it.
Because you want a beer that's not too heavy.
Yeah?
But you don't want to compromise on taste, so...
No, I don't.
Just want that perfect balance.
Budweiser. Oh, thanks, man. You know, they ought to pay you.
Just here to help.
Let's so fine that I really want to make you mine. Come on, what woman doesn't melt when they hear an accordion?
By the time I met Randy,
I knew what I was looking for.
Everybody's complex. We oversimplify ourselves and we oversimplify each other a lot.
What's been surprising about love is that it's a lot easier than I thought it would be.
It feels good not to have to be anything other than who you are. I put that on my eHarmony thing, by the way, is me playing the accordion.
Did you?
No. Log on and review your matches for free. eHarmony.com.
They say a man should always dress for the job he wants. So why am I dressed up like a pirate in this restaurant? It's all because some hacker stole my identity. Now I'm in here every evening serving chowder and iced tea. Should have gone to freecreditreport.com. I could have seen this coming at me like an atom bomb. They monitor your credit and send you email alerts, so you don't end up selling fish to tourists in t-shirts.
Offer applies with enrollment and Triple Advantage.
And today, the first 6,000 children 13 and younger receiving an exclusive Chicago Cubs plush bear from Build-A-Bear Workshop courtesy Bank of America.
Go Cubs! Go Cubs!
Add to their collection, hopefully including the Len Bear and the Bob Bear. Today's Cubs broadcast from Wrigley Field on WGN Sports, your official summer baseball station, is brought to you in beautiful high definition, sponsored by Comcast. When the wind has blown today, it has blown out. Pretty quiet right now. Warm temperatures, and Alfonso Soriano with the flip down shades heading out to left. And now the Marlins lineup written out by manager Freddie Gonzalez. They're in third in the National League East, but they're only 2 games back. Hanley Ramirez hit a home run last night. Big numbers for Luis Gonzalez against Ryan Dempster. Jorge Cantu had a perfect night at the plate. Jacobs at first. Dan Uggla with his first start in this series. Willingham is in left. Cody Ross with a ton of power in center. Paul Hoover catches, and Josh Johnson, the pitcher, who, by the way, swings from the left side, 1 out of 5 on the season.
And as you check out how the Cubs take the field defensively today, we'd like to tell Cub fans, after your first sip of ice-cold Pepsi or Diet Pepsi at Wrigley Field, check for the Cubs sticker under the cap for your chance to win an overnight stay at the Abbey Resort and Spa on Lake Geneva. Grab an ice-cold Pepsi or Diet Pepsi from a Wrigley Field vendor and look under the cap for your chance to win with Pepsi and the Abbey Resort.
So Ryan Dempster, who was an all-star with the Marlins in 2000, an all-star again this year with the Cubs, and he is putting together a career campaign. This is his 22nd start. The Cubs are 11-1 when he has started at home. Now the umpires, Brian Gorman is behind the plate in his 17th season. The crew chief is Jerry Davis at first, Rob Drake at second, Bruce Dreckman is at third. So it's Hanley Ramirez to lead it off. He'll be followed by Gonzalez and Cantu. And he drills one to left. Soriano had to leap and make the catch. Would you call that a Ryan Klesko line drive? Just stayed on the same plane. It was rising. Wow.
Well, they retired him nonetheless. Hanley Ramirez is a good guy to keep off the bases. Just a screaming line drive. Fortunately, Soriano held his ground, came in about a half a step, and then has to go up the ladder to make the leaping catch. You definitely want to keep Hanley Ramirez off the bases for the Florida Marlins. He can create havoc out there with his legs. Got to pay a lot of attention to him. 23 stolen bases on the season. Good start for Demps.
Brings up Gonzalez, 10 for 18, as we showed you. And their lineup graphic. Fouled away. 0-2. $80 degrees here on the north side. A wind out of the southwest at 6, so blowing out. Inside 1-2. And that is a strikeout. Or not. It sounded like it hit the plate. Now he's still in there as Soto tried to get the strikeout call.
Well, you might as well give it a shot.
Yeah.
Man, sometimes as a catcher, you're not sure if the guy fouled the ball or not. You could clearly hear it hit the plate. Gonzo asking for help from third base umpire Bruce Dreckman, but Brian Gorman handled the call.
And actually, I think what they were trying to determine is, did he foul it? Because we clearly heard it hit the plate, and they got it right. The 1-2 pitch, that's pulled fair. Well, he's 11 for 19 now against Dempster. The funny thing is, Bob, Luis Gonzalez never hits any doubles.
Yeah.
That's only number 587 in his career.
Boy, and a lot of them have come just like this one, right down the right field line. He has that open stance. He's looking to hook pull the ball to right field, and that time just did keep it fair down into the corner.
He's the active doubles leader, 587. He's 15th on the all-time list. He's now 14 back of Barry Bonds for 14th. Swing and a miss by Cantu. He didn't miss much last night. 3 for 3 with a double, hit by a pitch, and he also walked. Bouncer foul past Bo Porter, a former Chicago Cub, the Marlins third base coach. He was an all Big Ten safety at Iowa. Nice little connection there with Jeff Samardzija, a fantastic wide receiver, first team All-American, now in the Cubs bullpen. Kosuke coming over near the foul line, and he has it in fair territory for the second out. And as always, he gets rid of it quickly.
It seems like such a simple thing, but so many outfielders in the game nowadays, especially outfielders that have a good throwing arm, will wait until after they catch the ball. They'll look to see what the runner's doing, and then when they have to make a throw, a lot of times it's offline or just a hair too late. Kosuke just does not give the base runner that opportunity. Catch it, get rid of it quickly, freeze the runner.
So with 2 outs, it's Mike Jacobs, the first baseman, hitless in 3 tries in game 1. He got taken out for a pinch hitter in the 8th inning. The Marlins had a lot of chances late. They ended up going 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Stranded 10. One and one the count.
I'm not sure if that was a straight change or the splitter, but if Ryan Dempster has that pitch working today, he should work his way through this Marlins lineup relatively easily. This is a dead fastball hitting group here offensively for the Marlins. Anytime you can throw an off-speed pitch that resembles a fastball, you're going to get a lot of swings and misses.
We had that shot of Marlins manager Freddie Gonzalez. He joked to reporters after the game last night there might be some tire slashing if he sees Mark DeRosa in Atlanta in the offseason. They were together with the Braves, and as you saw in the pregame highlights, he had the big catch in the 8th inning.
Yeah, the wind was doing some funny things out in right field last night. Luis Gonzalez allowed a Ramos Ramirez line drive to get over his head. He nearly misplayed a couple of other balls, and the catch that DeRosa made looked like that ball tried to get over his head at the last instant before he made that leaping, diving catch.
Cue shot off the end of the bat. Easy play for Ramos. Jacobs is out. So are the Marlins in the first. Gonzalez with the 1-out double. No runs. Josh Johnson against this Cubs lineup when we come back.
Every sip gets you closer to Justin Timberlake MP3s.
Hey.
KDU. HD TVs, millions of songs from Amazon MP3 and more. Sign up at PepsiStuff.com.
Get Pepsi Stuff points on specially marked Pepsi or Diet Pepsi 24-ounce 6-packs for a free Amazon MP3 music download.
Hey, everyone. Hey, I'm here to talk to you about 2 ways to save money. 1, by driving fuel-efficient cars, and 2, to let you know the 2008 Honda clearance is going on right now. Honda prides itself on building fuel-efficient cars and was named America's greenest automaker. So get out there and spread the word. The 2008 Honda clearance. And for some deals that can save you some green, go to shophonda.com. I'm Mr. Opportunity, and I approve this message.
I first saw this one when I was traveling through Prague. Geico probably thinks this is easy too. Dancing is good exercise. It works my glutes. Okay, America, I'll show you easy.
Now let's check out the Cubs Pepsi lineup as written out by Lou Piniella. Soriano, Terrio, and Lee at the top. Ramirez, Fukudome, and Soto in the middle. Mike Fontenot continues to swing a hot bat. Reed Johnson in center again for Edmonds, and Ryan Dempster hitting ninth.
Take a look at the Marlins defensively. Willingham, Ross, and Gonzalez across the outfield. Cantu and Ramirez on the left side of the infield. Dan Uggla, who made 3 errors in the All-Star game, 6 total on the season. Mike Jacobs at first base. Behind the plate today, Paul Hoover doing the catching for right-hander Josh Johnson.
Coming off Tommy John surgery, this is his 3rd start. The 0-1 pitch is hit foul out of play.
We're told Johnson features a 2-seamer and a 4-seam fastball. The 4-seamer will sit near the mid-90s, the 2-seamer in the low 90s. Has a pretty good slider he'll use especially to the right-handed hitters, and an occasional change-up to the left-handed hitters.
Awkward swing by Soriano. That's strike 3.
Well, these are the kind of awkward check swings that you worry about a guy who's coming back from a broken bone in his hand, but Soriano definitely got the bat out front there. He appears to be okay from our Southwest RoboCam. Very similar to the pitch that hit him in the left hand. Fastball to running up and in.
Terrio shoots that ball out into right center for a one-out single. It cooled off just a little bit the last couple of days. He was 0 for 8 in his last 2 games.
An inside-out swing, lead with the hands. The barrel of the bat drags behind a little bit. The result, a line drive over the head of second baseman.
Brings up Derek Lee. He ended up being credited with the game-winning RBI and a bases-loaded walk. Counts like a hit.
Yeah, and you talked about it on the leadoff man show. What a great at-bat. He really worked hard to get to that full count pitch and laid off a nasty fastball down and in just off the corner.
Terrio runs. Here's a throw by Hoover, and he got him. It was a perfect throw by Paul Hoover, who has now nailed 3 out of 7 on the season.
Straight steal all the way by Ryan Terrio. Didn't get a great jump over there at first base. Tries to make up for it with a little bit of speed, but as you mentioned, a perfect throw. Hoover puts it right on the money. I don't know if there was really a tag there, but the ball did beat the eye at the second base.
So 2 outs now. Nobody on, and 2-1 on Lee. This is a very young Marlins rotation. We saw Scott Olson yesterday. Left-hander Andrew Miller is on the disabled list. They're hoping to get right-hander Anibal Sanchez back, coming off shoulder surgery fairly soon. Johnson returning from elbow surgery. And he strikes out Lee to end the first inning. A single, no runs, scoreless after one.
A lot of choices, huh?
Tell me about it.
Because you want a beer that's not too heavy.
Yeah?
But you don't want to compromise on taste, so.
No, I don't.
Just want that perfect balance.
Budweiser. Oh, thanks, man. You know, they ought to pay you.
Steer to health.
Let's so fine that I really want to make you mine. I love this one. This man finally popped the question. Like it?
Oh, it's so beautiful.
But his Visa card was over the limit.
I'm so sorry. There seems to be a problem.
His fiancée told him to call American Express.
Okay, this one's so cool. A Gold Card member wanted a special gift for his wife's birthday.
Oh.
So I got him tickets through Gold Card events for the concert of the year before they went on sale.
Got him.
Call 1-800-THE-CARD for the Preferred Rewards Gold Card.
This one's quite romantic. Card member calls up, wants to take her husband to this really authentic Italian restaurant. I say, it's easy with our rewards program. Go online, pick almost any flight, you can pay with points, and go.
Tiramisu.
Italian food in Italy. Bellissimo.
Get up to 5 additional Preferred Rewards Gold Cards for one low fee. Are you settling for less? Or are you a card member? Call and apply now.
In the tradition of great police dramas comes a show that's not even close to any of those shows.
Slipped and pooped.
It's a crime.
Never actually kicked a block hole.
But they're cops.
Reno 911, tonight at 1 East, 10 West on WGN America.
I like it. Jonah actually signed it. Yeah. He wrote out the note, and then I think he put his signature on there. Hopefully he got a ball. Strike one on a slider to Dan Ugla, the All-Star. And he got hit. So a leadoff hit batter.
And as usual, Giovanni Soto takes the brunt of it here. The ball just deflects off of Ugla. It looks like it caught Gio right in the rib cage as well. 2 for the price of 1. Those are especially hurtful because you're exposed. You're reaching up and in for that pitch that might hit the batter. It might not hit the batter. You can't afford not to get your glove up there and try to catch the ball. And then when it hits the batter, invariably it deflects right into the catcher.
Brings up Josh Willingham, the left fielder. Here's the pitch. It's outside on a fastball. Ugla's 4 out of 5 in the stolen base department. But he has been bothered by a sprained ankle suffered in late June. It was a left ankle. And since then, he is just 4 for 36. And that very rough All-Star game. Started out as a great time in New York. He participated in the Home Run Derby the night before. His dad grew up rooting for Mickey Mantle. Was in attendance at Yankee Stadium. Yogi Stadium.
I like Yogi.
You could call it that, yeah. But it was interesting last night when Ugla was announced as a pinch hitter. He was booed here at Wrigley Field, and our theory was because he had that rough night, the National League lost, meaning no home field advantage in the World Series. The 3-0 pitch is a strike, 3-1. If you do have an empathetic bone in your body, you had to feel at least a little bad for what Ugla went through. I mean, the ball just kept coming right at him in extras. He made 3 errors. And actually, none of those errors contributed to the game-winning run. He had a bad night at the plate, 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts and a double play.
Oof. That's about as bad a day as you can possibly have on probably the biggest stage he'll ever play on.
And I'm sure, he could tell people, hey, brush it off, no big deal. But it could not have been a very enjoyable All-Star break. I'm sure he could not wait to get back in action.
Well, it just didn't really represent the kind of player that Dan Uggla is. I mean, everybody has a bad day now and then. Unfortunately, he had his bad day at the worst possible time.
He was running on the 3-2 and will do it again. Yeah, there were a few people around the world watching that one.
Just a couple.
I think a few were able to stay up until the end. Ryan Dempster got that game into extras by striking out the side in the 9th. It was his first All-Star action, named to the team in 2000, but he did not pitch.
Yeah, as rough a night as Uggla had, Ryan Dempster was the other side of the coin. He was absolutely dominating in his appearance.
Uggla runs again, and there's a base hit. Now Uggla again struggling a little bit. Good sliding stop by Johnson. Bo Porter's going to send Uggla, and the relay throw is dropped by Fontenot. Uggla took a very wide turn around second base. I wasn't sure they were going to be able to send him, and it's like he's trying not to put too much pressure on that leg as he went into the dugout. So it's 1-0 Florida.
Ball is scalded into the gap in right center from our Southwest RoboCam. You could see how far Reed Johnson had to go to get it. Uggla, yeah, you're right, just couldn't cut that corner as sharply as he normally would with that left ankle. Yeah, fundamental mistake here by the Cubs. They set up a double relay, and you see Mike Fontenot trying to field that ball on the short hop. The idea behind that double cutoff is if the throw doesn't get to the first cutoff man in the air, you let it go through to the second man, and it'll hit him right in the chest on one hop. That time Fontenot tried to pick that throw on the short hop, couldn't come up with it. I don't believe they would have had a play on Uggla anyway, but the reason you set up that double cut is to avoid bad throws.
Still nobody out, and a 1-0 count on Cody Ross. Here's the pitch. Bouncer back to Dempster, and Willingham able to get back to second as Dempster throws out Ross. Nicely done.
Sinker on the outside corner. Sinker ball pitchers that work away know they're going to get a lot of action back up the middle of the field. Dempster does the proper thing, freeze that runner at second, get the easy out at first.
In spite of the Willingham double as Paul Hoover digs in, Ryan Dempster has really kept opposing teams from hitting for a lot of power. On the opponent's slugging percentage ranking in the National League, he is second behind only Edinson Volquez of the Reds. Opposing batters slugging just .322. And on the on-base percentage list, he's 6th. So he hasn't given up a lot of runners. And he hasn't given up a lot of power. And that absolutely explains why he's 11-4 with a 3.05.
Ryan Dempster has the kind of stuff that normally is hard to elevate. His sinker moves toward the ground, his slider breaks down, his splitter and changeup both move down. As long as he keeps those pitches below the belt and further down, it's pretty tough to lift that ball in the air and do damage.
Souvenir into the stands. One and two on Hoover. Well, he went up that time. First strikeout for Dempster. Let's meet today's Walgreens celebrity bat kids. 8-year-old Kayla Kladdick from Chicago and Michael Novacek, 11 years old, from Bloomington, Illinois. Having a great day at Wrigley Field. Thanks to Walgreens, the pharmacy of the Chicago Cubs. Go to WGNradio.com for more info on how your kids can become our Walgreens celebrity bat kids at a future game. You know, Bob, with Bo Porter flipping the ball up into the stands, I don't know if you've ever been a base coach during the regular season, but you'd have to think some fans try to butter up the base coaches before that ball gets into their hands, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Bo, if you get a ball in the 5th inning, can I have it for my kid? There you go, right there. That's what we're talking about. 1-0.
It's in Chicago, John.
This man.
This is my cab. Ow!
Has to get home for the holidays. This man.
Wow.
Is his only way to get there.
Here we go.
Steve Martin.
Where's your other hand?
John Candy.
Between two pillows.
In the John Hughes Classic.
Those aren't pillows.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Saturday at 8 on WGN America.
Every sip gets you closer to Justin Timberlake MP3s.
Hey.
KDU. HD TVs, millions of songs from Amazon MP3 and more. Sign up at PepsiStuff.com.
Get Pepsi Stuff points on specially marked Pepsi or Diet Pepsi 24-ounce 6-packs for a free Amazon MP3 music download.
Think back to the last time you had a juicy Johnsonville brat. Remember how they sizzled on the grill? Memories are great.
Honey.
But there's nothing like the real thing.
Nice. I know.
Flavor up with Johnsonville brats.
Emmett, your gray facial hair has put you in a rocking chair.
Your beard is weird.
Just for Men Gel.
Gets rid of gray in 5 easy minutes.
His edge is back. He scores! Just for Men. Keep your edge.
Travel deep down to the movie underground to screen another movie mind fresh from the vaults. Tonight, we got the film that put Arnold on the map, The Terminator, premiering tonight at 8 East 5 West, right here on WGN America.
WGN America. TV you can't ignore.
Voting for the finalists in the ultimate 7th inning stretch competition starts Monday. Visit Cubs.com and help determine who you think should sing the 7th inning stretch at the Cubs game on September 1st. New videos will be posted daily, with each day producing a new finalist. So don't forget to keep visiting Cubs.com and vote for who you think deserves the title of Ultimate Cubs Fan. Do yourself a favor. Do not listen to today's rendition. That would be helpful, too.
Let's set the bar very high today.
Like I said, they couldn't find anybody else today, so they asked me to do it. As Aramis fouls off, strike one. Bottom 2, 1-0 Florida.
Well, I know Danny Mayberry's looking forward to it. He's a big Cubs fan, watches every game at home from Metropolis, Illinois. I know he's tuned in and probably going to tape record the 7th inning stretch today.
Destroy it immediately. Strike 2 on Ramirez. 2 hits last night, including a 2-run double. Also stole a base. He's 0 for 1 against Johnson. Only 2 batters in the lineup with previous at-bats. Against Johnson, who strikes out Ramirez. 3 already against the first 4 hitters.
Well, I mentioned before, I talked to a couple of the advanced scouts in attendance today about Josh Johnson. I haven't seen him a whole lot, but they say this guy has legitimate ace of the rotation stuff. 4-seam fastball in the mid-90s. He elevates right there to Aramis Ramirez. Has a good late moving sinker, slider, occasional changeup.
A topper hit by Kosuke, and it kicks foul.
And the more baseball I see, Len, the more I'm convinced it's not necessarily just about your stuff. It seems to me like there are certain pitchers around the league that For whatever reason, whether it's their mechanics in their windup or the way they deliver the ball out of the stretch, hitters just don't seem to get a lot of good swings at him. I mean, Johnson's fastball that he's featured in the early going today is fairly straight, but he's had a lot of swings and misses from the Cubs hitters in this game, which tells me they're not picking the ball up well out of his hand.
Fouled back. I think we would both agree that what has gotten Carlos to that next level is his ability to pitch. He's always had the stuff. Had to work hard last night as he picked up his 11th win. 125 pitches over 7 innings.
Well, you know, historically, you look at the strikeout totals for National League pitchers as Fukudome couldn't check his swing there. He'll be tagged out by Hoover. Zambrano was always on the leaderboard, in the top 10, in the top 5, usually leading the National League in strikeouts every year, but his strikeout totals are way down this year, but the results are way up because, as you said, he's pitching now. It looked to me like he got it out there a little bit too far. Nice job by Paul Hoover to block that ball, keep it in front, and apply the tag.
Gio had the night off last night, and his backup, Henry Blanco, hit a home run. Deep to left. Did he get enough of it? Willingham is out of room. So Soto saying, Henry, if you can do it, so can I. And he's done it 17 times this year. 1-1. Got a little help from the wind.
One thing about Giovanni Soto, hiding down there in that 6th spot in the lineup. Occasionally he hits a little higher, occasionally he hits a little bit lower, but he gets the benefit of watching how the opposing pitcher attacks those guys in the middle of the Cubs order. Saw a lot of high fastballs to the Cubs hitters early in the game, and Gio jumped on the first one he saw, got it up into that wind, and got just enough to get it out of here.
His 20th career home run. Nothing in 2 on Fontenot. Last Cubs rookie to hit this many home runs, Mel Hall, who also hit 17 in 1983.
Take another look at the 17th home run of the season by Giovanni Soto. That is just a mid-cut fastball right there. With the barrel of the bat on it. Might have gotten under it just a little bit, but he got enough. Our Southwest, how far did it fly? 362 feet.
And Fontenot deposits one out into right center. So he stays hot and gives Reed Johnson a chance.
If Lou could just find a way to get more catchers on the field. Blanco with a big night last night. Soto already with a big day today. You need more catchers, Lou.
Well, Carlos Marmol, a former catcher. It's outside on Johnson. Talk about how Ryan Dempster starts with his splitter grip, and that's why from the windup he moves his glove around so as to not tip pitches. We had a shot of Johnson, who holds the ball in his changeup grip behind his back before he puts it in his glove.
Now, most pitchers will start with the grip that's the most difficult, whatever that is, a splitter, a changeup, palm ball, whatever pitch that they have the most trouble getting the grip on, because it's easier to go from that grip to a 2-seam fastball or a slider grip than it is to go the other way.
He has the pitcher on deck, and Reed's been hot. 8 for his last 19, including a grand slam. Painted the outside corner, 3-1. Only game in baseball right now, everything else under the lights. Including Milwaukee hosting Houston. The Brewers just finished up a perfect club record 7-0 trip coming out of the All-Star break. 3-2. And they swept the Cardinals in a 4-game series. The Cardinals are in New York to play the Mets. Mitchell Boggs and Mike Pelfrey in that one. Lefties in Milwaukee, Wandy Rodriguez and Manny Parra. Over in the American League, a couple of interesting matchups. The White Sox are in Detroit. Gavin Floyd and Nate Robertson. And the Yankees are in Boston. Jabba Chamberlain and Josh Becker. Base hit to right. Fontenot is on the move on that 3-2. He'll end up at third with the pitcher coming up. 3 straight hits with 2 outs.
With 2 outs and a full count, obviously that's not a hit and run, but Reed Johnson plays it like a hit and run. He knows Fontenot's going to be on the move. Just picks a pitch out away from him and lines it through that right side. Good base running by Fontenot to go first to third easily. And now an opportunity for Ryan Dempster perhaps to come up with a big 2-out base hit to plate another run.
It wouldn't be shocking. Cubs pitchers leading the National League with a .204 batting average. Ted Lilly and Carlos Zambrano coming up big each of the last 2 games. And Ed Hardig reporting just the 7th time since 1953 that a Cubs pitcher had an RBI, a run, and a win in back-to-back games. Lilly and Zambrano the last 2. And they've done it twice. Once in 07 and again here in 08. Some interesting combinations before that, Bob. Sergio Mitre and Greg Maddux turned the trick in 2005. Matt Clement and Mark Pryor in 02. And before that, you had to go back to 86. Dennis Eckersley and Steve Trout. Johnson ready, and his 1-1 pitch is hit foul. 1-2.
We talk about it all the time. It's already been a good at bat for Ryan Dempster just because he's at the plate here in the 2nd inning. You get him out of the way. If he gets a hit, you score another run. That's a good thing. If he happens to make an out, you've got Alfonso Soriano and the rest of the guys at the top of the order due up in the 3rd.
That is required in baseball. It's in the bylaws. You have to boo the other pitcher when he does that.
Well, you
yell balk.
Yeah. But when you think about the balk rule, one of the definitions is in an attempt to deceive the runner. Well, what is that but trying to deceive the runner? That fake to third, wheel around to first base, but it's another one of those quirks in the rule book.
Charged by Ramirez, and he'll throw on to first, and that's the inning. Giovanni Soto with a home run to tie it. Got it up with a wind blowing out today. His 17th home run. It's 1-1.
Scrubs tonight at 11 East, 8 West on WGN America. Keep your eyes here.
Hey, Billy.
Kevin.
Ooh, Johnsonville brats. Brat me.
Hey, how about some chicken?
Do I look like a chicken guy? Give me one of those.
Hey, dude. Want chicken? Absolutely. Not. No, brat. That one. The last one right there. My last brat? Yeah, that's right.
It is tough giving up that last juicy Johnsonville brat.
Oh, looking for these?
Yes, you're the best. Oh, hi, hon.
Just make sure I get one.
Flavor up with Johnsonville brats.
Call today for the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit card from American Express and start earning double miles in more places more often. Apply now and get up to 20,000 bonus miles. With award tickets starting at just 25,000 miles, you can fly free sooner. Plus, the annual fee is waived for the first year. Call 1-800-SKY-MILES. Call now for the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit card and earn 2 miles for every eligible dollar you spend for even faster travel awards on Delta and 15 airline partners. Take advantage of this great offer today and get 20,000 miles closer to a free trip. Plus, enjoy the card with no annual fee for the first year. Apply online or call 1-800-SKY-MILES now.
Saturday, D. Lee and the Cubs look to reel in Florida in a Game 3 showdown. Marlins, Cubs. Saturday at 1 on WGN America.
Hey fans, join Ernie, Rhino, Dutchie, and the Westside Rooters Social Club, the first official Cubs fan club. Attend Rooter rallies at all Harry Carey's locations during the Cubs games. Visit westsiderooters.com for more information. As always, oufwa.
Underway in the third, Giovanni Soto, the game-tying home run. One strike on Hanley Ramirez. That's very deep. Kosuke back on the warning track. He's going to leap. He pulled it out of the vines. What a catch. A little padding there with the ivy in here in the middle of the summer. What a catch by Kosuke.
I didn't think he had a chance to catch up to that one. Ramirez really drove it to the opposite field. Such great field awareness. He always knows exactly where he is, doesn't have to look back to the wall, timed his jump perfectly. I might dispute you with that padding. Those leaves really don't pad the bricks that well, but no fear from Kosuke whatsoever going up into the vines to rob Ramirez of extra bases once again.
Hanley Ramirez should have a couple of doubles, but he's 0 for 2. Lined hard to left to start the game. What a play. What makes it a little more difficult is the overhang of the basket. You have to worry about a ball that's a little bit above your glove hitting the bottom of the basket. Could be a little bit of a claustrophobic feeling for an outfielder.
Oh, yeah. You know, we talked about that fake to third throw to first move and how the fans always react. And Luis Gonzalez always gets a reaction as well. Get him in the box. We've talked about it in the past. Any part of your foot in contact with any part of the line. And I mean, he cuts it close. His toe is just barely touching that back line. The rest of his foot is out of the batter's box. But according to the rules, he's considered to be in the box.
Is he the kind of guy where a catcher has to maybe move back a little bit?
Yeah, maybe just a little, yeah, knowing that he's going to be that deep behind the batter's box. But usually Gonzo gets that bat head out in front of home plate pretty good. He's not one of those guys that takes a real late swing where you have to be concerned about getting clipped and having catcher's interference called.
Oh, pretty neat. On Sunday, he'll exchange gloves with Gary Stromquist during batting practice. Gary, a regular in the bleachers, and he and Gonzo have had this glove exchange program going on now for the better part of 13 years. They've become friends just by both being at the ballpark quite a bit. Gonzo, a former Cub. The problem is this year it's a little different. This is the first time he's ever played right. And we know there's a little competition between right and left out in the bleachers as he takes the walk. All rooting for the Cubs, of course, but you do wonder if Gonzo out in right and some of the bleacherites out there saying, well, what took you so long to get out here?
Well, this takes place during batting practice, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure Gonzo will make his way over to the left field side for batting practice and make that glove exchange.
One ball, no strikes on Cantu, flying to right in the first inning. First time he had made an out in the series. Well, I don't have to tell you, you were regaling us with all kinds of Luis Gonzalez stories. He is one of the most generous major league players of all time.
Oh, he's done so many things for so many people. A lot of it in the guise of having some clubhouse fun. A rookie will come up from the minor leagues, and as is the case a lot of times, the guy will show up with a pair of ratty jeans and a golf shirt with soup stains on it. And Gonzo will take the guy's clothes, put them in the trash can, and burn them.
That's very generous.
But then he'll turn right around and write a check for a couple $1,000s and send the kid out to get a new wardrobe after the ball game. He is one of the greatest teammates. Everywhere he goes, people rave about what a great teammate he is. I mean, he makes a lot of money, but he's not afraid to have some fun with it.
2-2 on Jorge Cantu. You know, the Marlins had to be at least a little concerned about replacing the enormous production offensively at third base when they traded away Miguel Cabrera to Detroit. Well, Cabrera's hitting .290 with 17 homers and 71 RBIs. Cantu hitting .294 with 18 homers as he strikes out, and he's driven in 58. Those are huge shoes to fill, but he's done a very nice job.
And because of their respective career arcs, you get the feeling that Cantu really wants to be out there and is going to give you more than 100% every day. As Cabrera wasn't always the kind of guy you could count on a daily basis. Certainly he would get his numbers by the end of the season. You'd look up and he'd be among the league leaders in a lot of the power categories in the National League, but didn't always bring his A game.
Dempster gets the swing and the miss from Jacobs. 1-1. We're in the third inning. 10 previous appearances for Ryan Dempster, 3 saves, and a 1-1 record, a 3 earned run average.
Sounded like that hit the side of the camera down there just past the first base dugout, ricocheted back up into the stands.
Uh-oh.
Right there.
Wouldn't try that at home if you have a camera like that.
We'll send that out to the body shop, get that dent taken out of there, buff it down, put on a primer coat. It'll be good as new tomorrow.
I'm thinking that's a better spot than the actual lens. Dempster strikes out Cantu and Jacobs to get out of the inning after walking Gonzalez, but the play of the inning. The catch by Kosuke. Still looking for that baseball. 1-1.
You can spike one. You can ride one. You can catch one. But it's still not summer until you open one. Introducing Bud Light Lime. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. One taste and you'll find the summer state of mind It's in the lime. Bud Light Lime.
Did you know 1 in 2 women will develop bone or breast health issues?
Really? I didn't know that.
One A Day Women's is the only complete multivitamin with more calcium for strong bones and more vitamin D, which emerging research suggests may support breast health. 1 A Day Women's.
When I got into college, I thought I was set.
I looked into every grant and scholarship.
The feds hooked me up with a loan.
But I still came up short.
Then I got an Strive student loan.
And Strive student loan. It's a loan just for students.
I borrowed exactly what I needed.
I even got to study in Italy, which I never would have been able to do.
It helped me pay for my new laptop.
My parents put their names on the loan too, which is cool because it'll save me money.
Forget high-interest credit cards. I'm making payments while I'm in school to save money later.
When your grants, scholarships, and federal loans aren't enough to pay for college, and a Strive student loan lets you borrow the money you still need. Get your check in about a week, and you can choose to pay it back after you graduate.
With an Strive student loan, I don't have to stress out about paying for school.
And a Strive student loan. Learn about it.
If you still need more money for college, talk to your parents about an Strive student loan. Then go to astrive13.com to learn more or apply today.
WGN America. TV you can't ignore.
Home half of the third. The Cubs are tied with the Marlins 1-1. And a 1-0 count on leadoff man Alfonso Soriano. 1 for 8 now against Johnson after striking out in the first inning. Hit foul. Soriano unable to participate in the All-Star game, but he did go to the festivities at Yankee Stadium. Selected to his 7th straight All-Star game, 5th time as a starter. Broke his bat as Ramirez will go out and catch it. The ball, that is. The bat ended up between third and short. Can you imagine watching your first place Cubs from the front row at Wrigley Field? Now you can. Visit Cubs.com and click on the CBOE front row seats auction to bid on tickets in the front row behind home plate and along the first base line. The auction for the Pirates and Astros games the first week of August going on now. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action and cheer on your favorite Cubs from the very front row. So Pirates and Astros coming up on the next homestand. Along with the Cardinals. The Cubs' next off day will be on August 7th. That's a Thursday. 20 straight without an off day coming out of the break. Cubs were the first National League team to get to 60 wins. Notched number 60 last night. They have the best record in the National League as Terrio takes a called third. Johnson already with 5 strikeouts. Those National League teams first to 60, and what ended up happening, Mets and Arizona both did it last year. Mets collapsed late and didn't even get in. Arizona went to the NLCS. One and one. Josh Johnson is 6'7", 230 pounds. 4th round pick in 2002. And it's Dan Uggla to pick it up. And then the Cubs go down 1-2-3 for the first time today. 1-1 as we go to the 4th.
basically took me the whole summer. And I don't know how many times I needed to go to AutoZone, but at least now when I go, it's not on my bike.
How do we do the soup, salad, and breadsticks lunch at Olive Garden? We start with the salad, then pass around the breadsticks, and finish with the perfect bite.
Our unlimited fresh salad, homemade soup, and warm breadsticks lunch, just $5.95, only at Olive Garden.
I love this one. This man finally popped the question.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
But his Visa card was over the limit.
I'm so sorry. There seems to be a problem.
His fiancée told him to call American Express.
Okay, this one's so cool. A Gold Card member wanted a special gift for his wife's birthday. So I got him tickets through Gold Card events for the concert of the year before they went on sale.
Got him.
Call 1-800-THE-CARD for the Preferred Rewards Gold Card.
This one's quite romantic. Card member calls up, wants to take her husband to this really authentic Italian restaurant. I say, it's easy with our rewards program. Go online, pick almost any flight, you can pay with points, and go.
Tiramisu.
Italian food in Italy. Bellissimo.
Get up to 5 additional Preferred Rewards Gold Cards for one low fee. Are you settling for less? Or are you a card member? Call and apply now.
It's not a dream. You are not hallucinating. You're witnessing the metamorphosis of a new network. WGN America. Keep your eyes here.
Check swing foul by Dan Uggla. Game 2 of a 4-game series, and then another 4-gamer starting Monday night in Milwaukee. It'll be the Cubs' first trip to Wisconsin this year. Outside, 1-2. Rich Harden will go tomorrow. Jason Marquis on Sunday. And we'll have game 3 tomorrow, straight up noon Central Time. Harden facing right-hander Chris Volstad.
I'm sure Rich Harden is just concerned with going out and doing the things he's done so well in his first couple starts for the Cubs, but in the back of his mind, he has to be hoping the offense shows up for a change.
Fontenot throws out Uggla. Time for today's AT&T text poll question. This is one of my favorites. With training camps opening around the NFL, which current Cubs player would make the best Chicago Bear? A for Jeff Samardzija, B for the former Penn quarterback Mark DeRosa, C for Carlos Zambrano, D for Derek Lee, E for Reed Johnson. Text your response to 97999. Results coming up a little bit later. Poll brought to you by the new AT&T. See what's new at the new AT&T. Visit att.com for details. I suppose could have put Jim Edmonds on that list with the over-the-shoulder catch.
Reed Johnson.
Samardzija and DeRosa probably be the top 2 guys, considering they played at the collegiate level.
But Reed Johnson looks like a special teams player. I can see him streaking down the field on punt coverage, looking to take somebody's head off.
Where would you put Big Z?
Ooh. Middle linebacker.
Three and 1 on Willingham.
There are probably some Bear fans out there that would be willing to go with Mark DeRosa sight unseen at quarterback this year.
I don't know if he wants to get involved in that controversy. Well, speaking of Jeff Samardzija, thanks to Jeff for joining us on the leadoff man today. He takes the roster spot of Kerry Wood, who was put on the DL yesterday with a blister on his right index finger. And Samardzija with excellent numbers at AAA. He was starting there 4-1 in 6 appearances. He was better at AAA than at AA, and he just said more consistent with all of his pitches. Born in Merrillville, Indiana, lives in Valparaiso. And I asked him about this weekend, his Former coach Charlie Weiss, is going to conduct a stretch tomorrow. And a lot of family and friends, I'm sure, calling him, but he can handle that. I'm sure there were a few ticket requests in South Bend every Saturday in the fall. So he knows the drill.
You know, and there's something to be said for that, Len. Not only having the physical ability and the tools necessary to play at the next level, but also the mentality to be able to deal with all the peripheral stuff. Learning how to say no to some people. I don't have any more tickets. Making sure that your family is taken care of and you're not worried about them during the course of the ball game. It's a real art.
Runner going. Got him. Willingham thrown out by Soto, so both catchers with a caught stealing.
And both catchers with perfect throws on those stolen base attempts. Boy, just perfect form. Gio gets that front shoulder closed, the weight transfer, throws right over the top, gets great carry. All Fondo has to do is catch the ball down there at second base, and Willingham is out. Nice play.
Meanwhile, Dempster's gone 3-0 on Ross, who had a stretch of 9 of 10 hits that went for home runs. At one time, he takes the 2-out walk, second walk of the inning. We have an update on the Jeff Samardzija call-up on our WGN Baseball blog. Check it out on WGNTV.com. Game notes from our friends at Stats. List of the 7th inning stretch, singers for the homestand, and much more, including a link to our current podcast.
This is potentially another stolen base situation for Cody Ross down there at first base. He's 4 out of 5 on the season, and with the number 8 hitter at the plate, this is a time a lot of managers will roll the dice. They'll take a chance on getting that guy into scoring position. If he happens to be thrown out, you've got your number 8 hitter leading off the next inning as opposed to the pitcher.
Also, make sure you check out our new Baseball Buddy feature on our baseball blog. Swing and a miss by Hoover, 0-2. Paul Hoover went to Kent State, born in Columbus, Ohio. Swing and a miss. Dempster strikes him out. His 4th K of the afternoon. Bottom 4, still tied at 1.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Introducing Bud Light Lime, the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor.
Can't believe you. Can't believe you. Don't ask.
You need some help?
Yes. We need to get the mixer back before 5 or else they'll charge us for an extra day.
No, we're not going to have to stop for gas. This thing is really fuel efficient.
That's true. It has variable cylinder management. It's basically 6 cylinders that can run on 3 or 4 cylinders to save gas. I read about it on a blog.
Surprisingly fuel efficient. Ride ready. The new Pilot, only from Honda.
Attention ATV accident victims. If you or a loved one has been seriously injured or killed in a Yamaha Rhino rollover accident, you may be entitled to compensation. Call 1-800-REAL-LONG. We are seeking financial recovery for victims of Rhino rollovers. Call now and find out if you have a case. That's 1-800-REAL-LONG. Yamaha Rhino rollover victims. Call now for a free confidential evaluation of your claim. 1-800-REAL-LONG. Call now.
Introducing Bud Light Lime, the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor.
So a 1-1 score. Marlins and the Cubs, each team scoring in the second inning.
And Len, Gary Pressey, the fine organist here at Wrigley Field, wanted us to wish his mother, Virginia, a very happy birthday today. We're glad to do it, Gary. She watches the game on TV, and she'll be at the game here tomorrow. We'll be able to wish her a happy birthday in person. Very nice, Gary. Happy birthday, Virginia.
He's the best in the biz. Aramis Ramirez, check swing strike. Fouled back, and just like that, Aramis in an 0-2 hole. You think about the first two pitches. You can tell he's been struggling a little bit on a check swing on the first one, and then maybe reached a little bit on the second pitch.
And both of them breaking balls, hard sliders down low and away. Normally early in the sequence with your big run producers, your potential home run hitters, they usually sit fastball early in the count. And once they get in the hole, they just go to work and do battle. But when you see Ramirez chasing early pitch sliders that are not in the strike zone, that's a pretty good indication that he's trying to do a little bit too much.
Fontenot. I don't know if he got hit. I think it hit the barrier in front of him. I think they had that fence in front of the dugout.
He was saying that's where it would have hit me if that fence wasn't there.
Foul. Got a nice note from Linda Marshall. Her nephew Joe Griffin got tickets today for his 8th grade graduation and found out he won the contest for Walgreens Bat Boy for tomorrow. So we'll hear his name again tomorrow. Congratulations to Joe. As Aramis strikes out. And he might want to visit the official online shop for the Chicago Cubs at Cubs.com. You're so good at those segues. I'm just trying to keep up with you. Browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, including clubhouse caps and T-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Check out the Cubs.com shop today.
Saw Fonzie break his bat in his last at bat in the ball game, getting a new one ready there, putting a layer of tape around that handle.
What was your routine with the bats?
Little pine tar, little rosin, go get them. In the minor leagues, I used to use tape, but I actually used to put it on with the sticky side out.
Who wants it? They both did. And Gonzalez caught it. The inside out. Okay.
Yeah, you put the sticky side out. It took a little while to learn how to do it, and then, you know, wrap it around and around and around and around, and put a layer of tape at the top and the bottom to hold it in place, but it gave you a real good sticky feeling.
Why didn't you tell George Brett about that? Might have avoided that controversy. The pine tar. Okay, so did you have the batting glove on your right hand then?
In the minor leagues, we didn't have batting gloves.
So how was it throwing? With your hands kind of sticky from the tape. Did it stick much?
Just rub a little dirt on it.
Okay.
The tape gum comes right off. No problem. Yeah, I used batting gloves at Candlestick Park because the weather was so cold and it was just tough to keep a grip on the bat. But whenever possible, I like to go bareback, as they say. Just your bare hands on the bat, get that good feeling of the wood, get a little pine tar, a little rosin, just sticky enough. Didn't need batting gloves.
It's so rare today to see a guy at the plate with no batting gloves. Two on Soto. The pitch, he struck him out swinging. 7 strikeouts for Johnson. This stuff's pretty nasty. 1-1.
Say cheese. Cheese.
Hey, you
too. Long time no see.
Man, how about Uncle Joe? Seems strange not seeing him here. I miss him.
I miss his jokes here. Same each year, but I still miss him. Yeah.
How's Aunt Stella doing since Uncle Joe died?
Pretty fair, I'd say. You know, Uncle Joe had one of those Colonial Penn life insurance policies.
That's a relief.
Mm-hmm. Aunt Stella used his insurance money to help pay for the funeral and other bills.
You have life insurance?
I sure do. Honey, it costs as much to bury a woman as it does a man.
Sure. But at my age, I don't think I could afford it.
You just need the right kind. We got insurance from Colonial Penn at an affordable rate.
Hard to get?
No, you just pick up the phone and call.
She's right. If you're 50 to 85, write down the toll-free number on your screen and call about guaranteed acceptance life insurance from Colonial Penn. Colonial Penn makes it easy. It costs just $7.95 a month per unit, about 25 cents a day. There's no medical exam, no health questions, guaranteed. You can't be turned down. For added peace of mind, Colonial Penn also guarantees your rate will never go up and your benefit will never go down due to age. Since 1994, over 5 million people have called about this affordable coverage. Make sure your family has money to help cover funeral costs, medical bills, credit card balances, or other final expenses. So pick up the phone, call for free information and a free gift. Lines are open now.
Call 1-800-651-7500 to receive free information in the mail. You'll get this handy guide to Social Security absolutely free. Call 1-800-651-7500 or visit our website at colonialpenn.com. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-651-7500. Call now.
We're a little late for that race, the Lake Michigan race a few days ago. They headed up to the Mackinac Bridge, I think. I wouldn't mind tagging along on that one of these years.
I'm sailing.
I sail. Bill Murray's great character, and What About Bob? Venetian night coming up tomorrow night. So look for that on the lake. 2 strikes on Josh Johnson, the pitcher. Almost got him with the fastball. Didn't get the call from Brian Gorman. Lazy ground ball. Played by Fontenot. 1 out.
Hey, Len, it's time to have a ball with our friends at the Illinois Lottery. Seems apropos. We're going to have a ball with Jonah today. He's been working hard trying to get a ball from his favorite team. Oh, please give me a ball. Please give me a ball. And finally, oh, that's very nice. He's already got one in his hand, but he gets a second one and gives it to his brother. What a kid, Jonah. Nice going. They probably have about 4 dozen baseballs over there at their feet. Who can resist a little kid?
You notice what he said to Giovanni Soto? You're my favorite player. That's a good way to get a ball.
That's always a good way. I got my share of fan mail back in my playing days. Dear Mr. Brenly, you're my favorite Giant. Can you get me Will Clark's autograph?
This is Terrio. He throws out Hanley Ramirez. Yeah, you're great. You're awesome. Hey, can you get me an autograph from somebody else?
Boy, Hanley Ramirez has hit the ball on the button 3 times in this game on 3 pitches and has nothing to show for it. Hang with him.
It's kind of like Jerry Hairston Jr., that game he had against the Cubs earlier. Gonzalez has doubled and walked. And considering how he has just hammered Ryan Dempster in his career, good thing Ryan has faced him both times with Ramirez not on base.
Well, I keep coming back to that phrase that Ryan Dempster has used a lot this year, inning management. I mean, Ryan is very well aware of Luis Gonzalez's career numbers against him, and I think he realized going into this game it was going to be important to keep Hanley Ramirez off the bases and do his job on those guys at the bottom of the order. So when Luis Gonzalez took his bat, at least you can minimize the damage.
The count. We'll get well wishes to Matt Algini. Just got out of the hospital. He was there for a couple of weeks. Hope you're feeling better, Matt. His brother Mark taking care of Matt's kids, Nick, Krissa, and Ashley here at the ballpark today. 2-out base runner. And now our upcoming WGN produced baseball schedule in high definition, sponsored by Comcast. Tonight the Sox in Detroit at 6 on WCIU channel 26. Game 3 of this series tomorrow straight up noon. Marlins and the Cubs here on WGN. Sox and Detroit on WGN, beginning with Sox warm-up at 11:30 Central on Sunday. Dempster has walked 4 on the day. Twice to Gonzalez. 0-1 on Cantu. Smothered by Soto. We hope Doris Hyman in Sarasota, Florida is feeling better, battling a broken rib. 86 years old, never misses a game. Dempster has the sign he wants from Soto. The 2-1 pitch just off the plate. 3-1. The Marlins lead the majors with 143 home runs. This is kind of an all or nothing offense. They don't walk a ton, even though they have 4 today. Make it 5.
Well, when you're pitching against a team that relies so heavily on the home run ball, that's one thing you definitely want to avoid, those base on balls. As you know, at some point, if you make a mistake, there's a lot of guys in this Marlins lineup that can take you deep. You just hate to put runners on base ahead of those home runs.
And with Larry Rothschild out to the mound, here's another look at today's AT&T text poll question. Last chance to vote for which current Cub would make the best Chicago Bear. I won't tell you who's leading, but the early voting indicates it might be a surprise winner.
I would have to guess that a lot of people are voting for Big Z. I mean, he looks like a football player for one thing.
And you know, he's a great soccer player, so maybe he could be your kicker.
I don't think he'd be content to be a kicker if he was on a football team.
1 strike on Jacobs. Good change or split from Dempster. Happy 11th birthday, big Cubs fan Maddie Heiberger. In the bleacher boxes with family and friends today. Pulled foul. First base coach Andy Fox will make that a souvenir. I don't know if there are any fans with signs over on the other side. Who wants it?
Give it to a kid. Attaboy, Foxy.
Crowd wants a strikeout. It's high. 1-2. It was tough when Andy Fox and Chad Fox were on the same team. Foxy 1, Foxy 2. We had Jake Fox here last year. There's certain names you know what the nickname's going to be. side, 2-2. Speaking of Chad Fox, he has a nerve problem in his elbow. He's on the DL. He has started to play catch, and he is feeling better. Still going to be a while.
Back-to-back fastballs to Jacobs. One up high out of the strike zone. That one tried to nip the inside corner. I think he'd have an off-speed pitch set up here. There's a splitter just off the plate inside.
So he started the sequence 0-2. He's missed on the last 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runners will both go. Ryan's coming off his first road win of the season, looking to go to 11-1 at home. There go the runners, and it's popped foul to the right.
Watching this at bat by Mike Jacobs, this is where Ryan Dempster might have to invent something out there on the mound. Jacobs a very good fastball hitter. He's jerk pulled every pitch he swung at in this at bat foul down the right field line. This is where Brian could take just a little bit more off of the splitter or the changeup or some kind of an off-speed pitch that's just a couple of miles an hour slower than what he's shown Jacobs already. He'd probably get the swing and a miss.
The next 3-2 is outside, and he has walked and loaded with the dangerous Dan Uggla coming up.
Tries to paint that outside corner. Just a little bit of late movement there. Pushed that ball off the corner as hard as Soto tried to make it look good. It was just too far off the corner for Brian Gorman.
Well, that's where the scouting report comes in handy. In previous at-bats, Jacobs knew that that pitch, while it started in the strike zone, was eventually going to drift outside. Tough one to take, though, on a 3-2. 1 ball, no strikes on Uggla. Larry on the phone. We might see Samardzija get up. He is slated for middle relief, and he could give you more than 1 inning because he has been stretched out as a starter. Chad Godin will be up first. I think ideally they'd like Samardzija probably to start an inning. So that's why Godin is up here instead of bringing Samardzija in maybe with the bases loaded for your major league debut. You'd prefer to ease him in a little bit. Remember Kevin Hart last year came in with the bases loaded for his debut. 1-2 on Uggla, who doesn't watch a lot of videotape. Speaking of scouting reports, he's out of the see ball hit ball mode. Dempster has walked him loaded, but he's 1-2 on Uggla, and he struck him out. Created his own jam, but he got out of it. The Marlins have left runners on in all 5 innings. It's 1-1.
Girls, enough family time for one day? Luckily, a clean, comfortable room for the lowest price of any national chain is coming right up. Motel 6. We'll leave the light on for you.
Hey, mister, are you going to the laundry room?
I was.
It's a dead zone. Reception is terrible, and calls go away for all eternity.
I have the Verizon network. You good?
That's cool.
We test our network every day to be America's most reliable. Verizon Wireless. Now get the new NV2 for just $99.99.
We won.
Good job.
Just for Men takes 5 easy minutes. Targets only the gray hair and can get you to a better place.
How's the new job?
Great. Just for Men. Stay in the game.
Take me out to Esurance. Take me to Savings Online. Auto insurance that's hassle-free. When you buy it instantly, let me quote. Buy it at Esurance. If you don't save, it's a shame. For it's $100, $200, $300 you could save with the Esurance name.
Save time and money on your auto insurance at Esurance.
WGN America, TV you can't ignore.
A 1-1 tie, bottom of the 5th inning. Bottom 3 for the Cubs. And with the pitcher spot due up 3rd in this half inning, Jeff Samardzija has started to play catch just in case in the bullpen. Bob, 96 pitches for Dempster, including 27 in the 5th inning. The decision might come down to a National League decision, and that is the pitcher bats here in this league, and so we'll see what transpires here early on.
Yeah, I think it all depends on what happens to the first 2 hitters here in this inning. Get a couple guys on base. Maybe you leave Ryan Dempster in the game to put down a sacrifice bunt, send him back out for one more inning with relief help ready to go in case he gets in another jam. 2 outs, nobody on base. Maybe he takes the at bat.
Fontenot strikes out. Johnson's had at least 1 K in every inning. As we check in on today's Honda Accord game summary. Visit your Honda dealer and test drive the all-new 268 horsepower Accord V6. Big day for Luis Gonzalez against a guy he has had a lot of success against. And the pitchers have dominated, even though Dempster has walked 6. He's only allowed 1 run. And Dempster is in the on-deck circle with Johnson at the plate. High fly to center. That ball getting pushed back by the wind. Gone! Johnson with a home run. 2-1. So I think Ryan Dempster will get a chance to bat. And he has a chance for the win now. Cubs hitters getting the ball up. And you'd have to say both home runs definitely helped by the win.
No question about it. Johnson versus Johnson, and Reed powdered this one to straightaway center field. High up into the wind. Our Southwest, how far did it fly? 390 feet.
Dempster bounces out to Ugla.
Well, that's the great thing about the Cubs lineup. You look at guys like Mike Fontenot and Reed Johnson down at the bottom of the order. Opposing pitchers maybe take them too lightly, take them for granted, but both of those guys have shown surprising power when you just throw that get-ahead fastball down the middle of the plate.
A bounce out for Dempster went 1-4-3. That slider turned away Soriano. Cubs 2-0 since he came off the disabled list. Blue base hit the center. Hey, Cubs fans, we want to remind you that you can get official Cubs text and video alerts on your mobile phone. Text Get Cubs to 65246.
Well, we should get a pretty good read here of how Alfonso Soriano's legs are feeling down there at first base with 2 outs in the inning. He wants to get himself into scoring position if possible. And Ryan Theriot, being the good, disciplined #2 hitter that he is, will probably take until he gets a strike in this at bat to give Soriano an opportunity to steal that base.
Also 7 out of 8. The Cubs with 55 steals. They've been caught 25 times. 9th most stolen bases in the National League. Not running. And the pitch runs inside Ontario. 2-0. So Samardzija is sitting down. Chad Godin chatting with Corey Miller about the placement on the rubber.
Hey, Len, we talk about it all the time, the difference that speed makes in a game. Well, Josh Johnson has been cruising along pretty much in this ballgame with the exception of the 2 solo home runs, but with Alfonso Soriano on at first, the Marlins are using the slide step. He's a big guy, 6'7". It takes him a while to unload the baseball to home plate. So they've asked him to slide step on his deliveries to Ryan Theriot, and he just can't find the strike zone. Has fallen behind 3-0, even though Fonzie has not even made a move towards second base yet.
Taken all the way, outer third, 3-1.
I'll tell you, I like that as a steal count, 3-0. Very few pitchers or catchers ever anticipate a runner going on a 3-0 pitch.
There's ball 4. The first walk given up by Johnson. Another phone conversation between the dugout and the bullpen. It's fun from our vantage point. We see Larry on the phone, and about 5 seconds later, we see the bullpen coach, Lester Strode, get up.
Looks like it's going to be Samardzija once again. I thought it was interesting, Len, when he started to take his warm-up pitches the first time he got up, you may have noticed he was throwing from behind the mound. Actually standing on the flat ground and stepping up the hill. And I'll have to ask him about it tomorrow, but I believe that's to make sure he really gets out front and finishes his pitches. When you're throwing uphill, it's hard to throw the ball down to your target sitting 60 feet 6 inches away, and then once you get up on the mound, it seems very easy to throw downhill, hit your target, get that proper trajectory on your pitches.
As Mark Wiley, the pitching coach, comes out, let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
Forget his political career. We got the film that put Arnold on the map, The Terminator.
I'll be back.
Enter the movie Underground, Friday night on WGN America.
It sure helps when you get home runs from the bottom of the order, and the Cubs have had a home run from the 7 spot and 2 from the 8 spot in this series. Blanco, Cedeno, and Johnson. 2 on for Lee. The 1-0 is a strike. 1-1. He hit it foul. Right field side and out of play. Cubs leading 2-1 on the home run by Reed Johnson. Base hit left field. Soriano's coming around. The throw by Willingham toward the plate in plenty of time, and they will get him. Second Cubs runner thrown out at home plate. Willingham with his 5th outfield assist. So the inning is over. Johnson with the 1-out home run, and the Cubs lead 2-1.
Travel deep down to the movie Underground to screen another movie mind fresh from the vaults. Tonight, we got the film that put Arnold on the map, The Terminator, premiering tonight at 8 East 5 West, right here on WGN America. Reno 911, tonight at 1 East 10 West on WGN America.
Bud Light is brewed to give you everything you want in a beer. Never-ending refreshment, superior drinkability, and now, X-ray vision. X-ray vision no longer available in Bud Light.
Let's go somewhere else.
The superior drinkability, however, remains.
Bud Light keeps it coming.
Thanks, Mom.
Okay. Okay.
The power of pizza in a bite-sized snack. Totino's Pizza Rolls.
Pop-Tarts can't stand up to the delicious taste of toaster strudel. Pillsbury toaster strudel, the one kids want to eat.
You're so funny.
I love our family tradition.
What's that?
Where we pass our plates to the right.
When did that become a family tradition?
When you ordered that.
Try new grilled garlic shrimp with a roasted garlic glaze or new grilled balsamic glazed chicken. 2 new dishes at Olive Garden.
Hi. For 21 days, we're delivering $10,000 to lucky Gotham City pizza customers. Pretty sweet, huh?
Copy that, Cupcake.
You got the Gotham City Pizza and a chance at having it delivered with $10,000. Domino's, you got 30 minutes.
Ryan Dempster back out there, one off his career high, 6 walks. Most he's walked in a game 7. But he's only given up 1 run. And the guy who threw out Soriano at the plate is batting. Johnson with the home run, giving the Cubs the lead. Josh Willingham with a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, 2-0. Spotted the Harry Carey glasses.
Shades underneath. That's a good look.
A couple of times with the Marlins, he walked 7 back in '99.
Well, the odd thing about Ryan Dempster's outing today is it's been his fastball that he's had trouble commanding. Most of the sliders he's thrown, he's hit his target. His splitters and changeups have been very good. It's his fastball he's had trouble throwing in the strike zone.
That's elevated fairly deep, but playable for Johnson. 1 out.
A little bit of a risk by Mike Quaddy at third base, but he wanted to see what Alfonso Soriano had in those legs. Derek Lee with the clean single into left field. The big first hop to Josh Willingham really set up the play. His throw all the way to the plate in the air. Paul Hoover is able to receive that throw, slide over and block the plate. Soriano trying to get around the back door, and Hoover wouldn't let him.
Pretty good throw. No bounce. Wow.
Yeah, and it really was set up by the fact that Derek Lee hit that ball hard on one hop right at the left fielder. He didn't really have to move to his right or left at all. Was charging straight in for that ball, got it on the big hop, and made a good throw.
Early on in Josh Willingham's pro career, they were trying to find the right defensive spot. He was a shortstop in college. Played third base, first base, and outfield to start his pro career. Converted to catcher, and now he's in left. Big swing by Cody Ross. Play made by Bo Porter.
See, I think there ought to be a rule. If you don't catch it, you can't hold it up over your head like that. If you drop it on the ground and kick it around a little bit, just pick it up, put it in your purse, and go home. You only get to hold it up over your head if you catch it.
1-2 pitch. Uh-oh, look out. Unfortunately, there was a lot of hang time on that bat. Let's hope everybody's okay.
You see that happen a lot on off-speed pitches where the batter gets fooled by the velocity, gets way out in front, tries to extend his swing, and loosens his hands on the bat just a little bit. That was one of the longer bat tosses we've seen here at Wrigley Field. That one ended up well past third base and about 15 rows up.
Rollover grounder as Ramirez slings it across. Two down here in the sixth, and it's the catcher, Paul Hoover. Dempster ready, the wind and the first pitch. Swing and a miss on a slider. Bob, I really think that the physical conditioning Ryan Dempster has gone through to become a starter again. And these are the days where that really comes in handy. It has been a grind. He's had to push himself to the limit. That's a foul ball.
Now, not only the number of pitches, but a lot of them have been high stress. You mentioned the Marlins have left a runner on base in every inning in this game. He's really had to work hard today.
Well, Lou occasionally has protected him and maybe has taken him out a little sooner than normal. It's because he's back as a starter for the first time, but he's been strong all year as he strikes out Hoover to end the top of the sixth. Bottom six coming up. The Cubs lead 2-1.
Chicago Cubs baseball is brought to you by Pepsi. Every sip gets you closer.
Every sip gets you closer. It's Justin Timberlake MP3s.
Hey.
KDU. HD TVs. Millions of songs from Amazon MP3 and more. Sign up at PepsiStuff.com.
Baltimore's a great place to pick up dance moves, I find. A lot of heel work. Jazz hands? Anything with jazz hands. I do the hustle just like you. Geico probably thinks this is easy too.
Here's your Gotham City pizza. And, could you tell the Joker he owes me a car?
Introducing the Gotham City Pizza with 50% more pepperoni for $9.99. Domino's, you got 30 minutes.
Here we go.
Steve Martin, John Candy, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Saturday at 8 on WGN America.
2008 Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN Sports. Your official summer baseball station is brought to you by Bud Light Lime. The superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime. Bud Light keeps it coming.
Huge crowd here today, and the Cubs lead 2-1. Ryan Dempster going right over to the manager and the pitching coach. Probably at 110 pitches in 6 innings. He gave up 2 hits. A lot of base runners, though, with the walks, but not a hit after the second. Ramirez pops up. Ugla with the one-handed grab. Well, let's answer the AT&T text poll question. NFL training camps opening this week. Which current Cub would make the best Chicago Bear? And you said Carlos Zambrano. 37% of the vote. We'll have to ask Carlos what his preferred position would be. Jeff Samardzija, the former Notre Dame wide receiver, Mark DeRosa, Derek Lee, and Reed Johnson. See what's new at the new AT&T. Visit att.com for details.
I think Z would be my third and long quarterback. So let him heave it down the field as far as he could.
There you go. Scott Air and Samardzija are up. As we look ahead to the 7th. Pitcher spot for the Marlins, so probably a pinch hitter. And then Ramirez and Gonzalez. Brian Urlacher fan. Ball 4. So Kosuke on for the first time. He's hitting 5th where he was at the beginning of the season. Pitch to Soto, right down the middle. Samardzija mostly has been a starting pitcher, as Joe Nelson. Just a handful of relief outings for Samardzija in the minor leagues. This has been a little bit of a different drill today than he's used to. We've seen him up a few times over the last couple of innings. Kosuke faked towards second, check swing, and Soto able to hold, according to Jerry Davis. Fontenot on deck. Another fake by Kosuke, and the slider was in the dirt.
Not really a lot to be gained by that fake that we've seen Fukudome do a couple of times down there at first base. Probably the only direct result of that is maybe you get the catcher to start moving a little bit behind the plate, and he's not able to frame a borderline pitch as well as he normally would. But a lot of times hitters don't like to see that runner bluffing down there at first base. Either run or don't run. I'm not sure how Giovanni Soto feels about it, but if you start running as a hitter, maybe I'll try to take a shot to that hole on the right side of the infield. But when you stop, now you take a defensive swing that you probably didn't normally want to take. And as we saw earlier this year with the White Sox, especially at second base, batters don't like to see runners out there goofing around, faking like they're going to steal, because you're in the direct line of vision of the hitter at that point.
This time Fukudome runs and Soto hits it foul. Nissan drive of the game. Giovanni Soto back in the second inning, tied it up with his 17th home run of the year. Ended up being kind of a one-handed swing. He occasionally loses the grip with that bottom hand.
Well, the bottom hand looked like it came off, really finished it with a lot of top hand, and that home run not only tied up the game, but tied Soto with Aramis Ramirez for the team lead with 17 home runs.
The pitch count is fine for Johnson. He's at 89 and counting. However, for a guy coming off Tommy John surgery, you know the Marlins don't want to push him too much, so this will most certainly be his final inning at the most, with his spot due up leading off the 7th. This is the first time he has started against the Cubs. He has faced them in relief. Runner going again and hit foul. Johnson lost here at Wrigley Field on April 24th, 2006. He blew his only career save chance. in that ballgame. And now time will be called as the ball got out of the visiting bullpen. Kosuke runs on the 3-2. That is ball 4. And that'll signal the end of the day for Josh Johnson. So he'll leave with 2 runners on, 1 out. Cubs lead 2-1. Here's Joe Nelson coming on.
What the? You guys okay?
We're trapped, and there's 7 of us. There's no way we'll fit in there.
There's room for 8.
Oh, forget it. We have too many beverages.
There's like 12 cup holders in here.
But what about this bison? That thing got my blood a-boiling.
Well, it's probably just the seat warmer.
Seating for 8. Ride Ready. The new Pilot, only from Honda.
Dad? It's time. Make me a really nice catch for somebody. Please?
Just for Men takes 5 easy minutes, targets only the gray hair, and can start something great.
Yes!
Just for Men.
How do we do the soup, salad, and breadsticks lunch at Olive Garden? Carol serves the salad, the breadsticks in the middle, and the soups as different as we are.
Our unlimited fresh salad, homemade soup, and warm breadsticks lunch. Just $5.95. Only at Olive Garden.
eHarmony asked a lot of questions in the questionnaire.
My partner's energy level, I marked that as very important to me.
And one of the ones in particular that I found interesting was finding pleasure and contentment in simple things.
Are you romantic? Are you stubborn? Are you shy? Vivacious, rational, trusting?
How far are you willing to search?
It was the first time anyone asked me that, whether I was self-aware.
With our in-depth questionnaire, we get to know the real you, so we can match you with other singles based on compatibility. Log on today and review your matches for free. eHarmony.com.
Right-hander Joe Nelson is on. We saw him in the 8th last night, gave up a single, a walk, and no runs.
All 3 outs he recorded in that 8th inning via the strikeout.
Two on for Fontenot, strike 1.
Well, you see that high leg kick by Nelson. It has to be tempting for Kosuke Fukudome to try to steal third base. But Marlins middle infielders giving Fukudome a lot of room out there at second base.
Nelson working now on his 4th straight day. Nowhere to throw it. Throws to first and gets the out. He wanted to go to second base, but there wasn't anybody close enough to the bag, so he went to first instead. Second and third, 2 outs.
That slowly hit ball. I don't think that Dan Ugla thought there was going to be a play at the second. He kind of quit from our Southwest RoboCam. You see Ugla took 2 or 3 steps and then kind of stopped. Nelson has the presence of mind to wheel around and get the out at first base, but I think Ugla was probably right. That's a dangerous throw to second base by the pitcher.
Johnson with a go-ahead blast in the 5th. 7-game hitting streak. He's 2 for 2. Average has gone up 6 points. Looking for a key single to add on. I think we can assume that Joe Nelson will be unavailable tomorrow, pitching on his 4th straight day. He'll probably tell his manager and pitching coach, I'm good. But you rarely see a relief pitcher pitching 5 straight. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, certainly not this early in the season. Sometimes when you get in pennant race baseball down toward the end of September, you may extend a guy a little further than you normally would. But not now.
You see Dempster in the on-deck circle. I don't think there's any way he'll bat. But what they might do is have him warm up for the 7th and see what the Marlins do as far as a pinch hitter is concerned, and then make the decision, Samardzija or Air.
I think you're absolutely right. And, you know, Freddie Gonzalez can kind of foil that strategy because he does have a switch hitter, Alfredo Amezaga, on his bench. He could send him up there, and no matter what Lou does, he's going to have a batter that can hit from the other side of the plate.
They also might be working around Johnson to force the issue with first base open. 3-1. Not a lot of secrets, are there? Most managers know what the other manager is going to do.
That gets back to that advanced scouting. You know, when you've got some good experienced baseball eyes watching a team for a week or two before you play a series against them, all the secrets are pretty much out in the open.
So that's ball 4, and Ryan Dempster will walk back into the dugout. And he gets a standing ovation. So they have walked him loaded here in the 6th, and Darrell Ward will hit for Dempster.
One thing about the fans here at Wrigley, I mean, certainly they appreciate a pitching gem when a guy goes out there and is obviously on top of his game, racking up strikeouts, getting the big outs when he needs them. But they also appreciate a workmanlike effort like we saw from Dempster today. Hey, Len, you know what starts next weekend? I know you do. Lollapalooza, baby. August 1st to the 3rd in Chicago's Grant Park. Brought to you in part by Bud Light. It's our favorite 3 days of the year. Some of the headliners this year, Radiohead, we're checking them out right now. 9 Inch Nails and Trent Reznor, Kanye West, Rage Against the Machine. Are you kidding me? Wilco, the Raconteurs, dozens of other great acts. For tickets, go to Lollapalooza.com. Lollapalooza and Bud Light keeps it coming.
A great weekend. The Cubs hosting the Pirates next weekend. Lollapalooza in town. Bases full of Cubs. For Darrell Ward. Strike 1. And you're right, it was a workmanlike effort, but workmanlike for Ryan Dempster this year has meant 6 innings, 1 run. And an earned run average of 2.99, down from 305. Well, you can already see it in the body language of Darrell Ward. He's telling Joe Nelson, I'm not going to help you out when the base is loaded.
It was odd to see him take that first pitch fastball right down the middle of the plate, but there's no question the pressure is on Nelson right now. Darrell Ward's going to make sure he gets exactly what he's looking for.
Nice catch by a fan right in front of us. The 1-2 pitch in on the hands. Samardzija continues to throw. Scott Air has sat down. And it appears as though we'll see his major league debut coming up in the 7th. An emergency swing. Cubs did not take a walk until there were 2 outs in the 5th. They have now walked 4 times over the last 2 innings.
Good battle here. Darryl Ward fouling off a couple of borderline pitches just to stay alive in the at-bat.
Three on. Kosuke at third. Soto at second. Reed Johnson at first. Big leg kick. Another foul.
We've seen Paul Hoover back there behind the plate a couple of times in this sequence really sit up high in his crouch. He wants that fastball up above Darryl Ward's hands, and Nelson just isn't able to get it up there high enough. Darryl just getting a piece, staying alive. This is where it can be frustrating for a pitcher when you make those borderline pitches and the batter fouls it off and gets a piece, fouls it off, stays alive. Then you try to really execute a nasty pitch and throw it in the dirt or throw it so far out of the zone your catcher can't get to it.
And he struck him out to end the inning. Cubs leave him loaded, and Jeff Samardzija coming on for his major league debut in the 7th.
Saturday, D. Lee and the Cubs look to reel in Florida in a Game 3 showdown. Marlins, Cubs, Saturday at 1 on WGN America.
Just this room, wall-to-wall in teal.
Exactly. And, you know, if you got a little extra carpet lying around, there might be a little something extra. For you, honey.
I'll see what I have.
Hey, you're home early. What do you think?
Endless refreshment from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it coming.
Very easy, honey. Hey, check it out.
What is it?
It's a cereal aisle.
Everything on this side is made with whole grain.
Not every cereal is made with whole grain. But every General Mills Big G cereal is guaranteed. And it's there on every box.
Lucky Charms!
Honey Nut Cheerio.
Get your whole grain guarantee with General Mills.
It's making me hungry.
Oh, hey, I'm the night watchman here at the Fortress of Television Innovation. My job takes me from the top to the very bottom of this mighty structure. It's up to me to keep the fortress safe and secure from mediocre television. So one day, I discovered a vault filled with movies and created myself a secret getaway. I call it the Movie Underground.
Premiering tonight at 8 East 5 West, right here on WGN America.
Well, Jeff Samardzija making his major league debut. 23 years old, 6'5", 218 pounds. 5th-round pick out of Notre Dame in 2006. And when he was originally drafted, he was planning on playing 2 sports. And in fact, after he made his pro debut, he went back to Notre Dame, played his senior season on the football team before giving up his NFL dreams, and he is now in the big leagues.
That's when he was still trying to decide between the 2 sports. Got the shoulder pads on and a bat over his shoulder, the ball glove. Lou asked me today, have you seen Samardzija yet? I said, yeah, he's out in the dugout. Did he get a haircut? Then he had a footnote to that statement. He says, you know what? If he comes up here and gets people out, I don't care if he wears a ponytail.
97 on the fastball. Missed it for ball 1. Meziga pinch hitting, squared the bunt. So Soto going out, just trying to calm him down a little bit, missing on 2 fastballs to start it. He's always been a hard thrower, and the one thing the Cubs, and talking to Oneri Flita, runs the Cubs minor league system, they've tried to get him to really use that sinker and to get out of at bats faster instead of just trying to blow people away.
Well, it's a lesson. Sometimes it takes pitchers a long time to learn. We talked about Carlos Zambrano earlier in the ball game today and how he's learned how to pitch this year.
Biggest cheer of the day for strike one. So 97, 95, 96. You see what the fastball does. 3-1.
Really takes the ball out of his glove late in his delivery. I'm not sure if that's by design to really try to hide the ball from the hitter well or just something he's comfortable doing.
Messiga got out of the way, but it was very much in the strike zone. 3-2. All fastballs early on. Ooh, 98.
With movement. That always amazed me, guys that threw that hard. How they could get the ball to move that much in 60 feet 6 inches. Greg Maddox throwing at 84. I can see how he can get his sinker to move that much.
Got him. Called strike 3. Gio didn't want to overthink that. Just kept putting down one finger, that index finger.
Lewis talked all season long about a power arm in the bullpen. He may have found one.
This at bat might be a little different against Hanley Ramirez, who has 24 home runs. He's hit the ball hard all 3 times. And then he went with a slider for a strike. First time he's gone away from the fastball.
And the first pitch Ramirez has taken in this game. He's had 3 at-bats, seen 3 pitches, and hit it right on the button 3 times.
Oh, 2.
Breathe.
Bouncer up the middle and through for a hit. So Ramirez making outs, hitting the ball extremely hard his first 3 times. It was that proverbial 99 hopper for a single.
Well, we know Jeff Samardzija has been in some pressure cooker situations in full packed stadiums playing football, but nothing quite like taking the mound at Wrigley Field and having all the fans get to their feet in a 2-strike count. Well, it really uses every bit of that long, lanky frame.
And he faces Luis Gonzalez, who doubled and walked twice against the starter Ryan Dempster. In talking to Jeff in the past, he has a 2- and a 4-seam fastball, a slider that we've seen, a changeup and a splitter, but I'm guessing right now he's going to stick pretty close to the fastball and the slider. I suppose he could flip a changeup there against a lefty, but his fastball has been really good so far. We'll see.
His first delivery to Luis Gonzalez, it looked like he was a little slow unloading that ball, and we talked about Hanley Ramirez and his speed over there at first base. They check on him with a pickoff attempt. It looked like Ramirez was leaning over there at first. Could see a pitch out here.
Ramirez goes. It is a pitch out, and it got past Soto. I noticed, Bob, the pitch out was at 80 miles an hour. So he let up a little bit, and that was a wild one, and the tying runs now in scoring position. Do you want your pitcher to throw that pitch a lot harder than that?
Yeah, you want them just to throw a firm fastball. Not their best heater, not 99 miles an hour, but yeah, you want to throw it out there pretty firm, give your catcher a real good pitch to handle. But that time Jeff kind of goosed it up there, got his elbow underneath the ball, and it sailed all the way to the backstop.
High in the air to center. Reed Johnson is going to be underneath as Ramirez tags from second and will easily get to third. So 2 outs.
Well, this is really odd, Len. Normally, the 7th inning guest conductor is here by now.
Well, unfortunately for you, you're looking at it. Don't want to get too tangled up here. Jorge Cantu with a runner at third.
Well, as always, partner, I'm behind you, win or tie.
I may just hand you the microphone about mid-song, so be ready. We've seen a little wildness from Samardzija. You can't have any of that right now with a runner at third. Well, the good thing is I'll have about 41,000 backup singers. Ramirez walking down the line. Good block by Soto. 2-1.
Nice job by Giovanni Soto. I'm sure part of his trip to the mound earlier in this inning was, hey, listen, throw the pitch you need to throw. It's not going to get by me other than the pitch out. Nice block of a slider in the dirt right there to hold that runner at third base.
Foul tip, strike 2. Samardzija now set. The 2-2 pitch. We'll do it again.
But this place is going to erupt if he's able to throw a strike 3 right here.
Fair ball, and they're going to tie it. Cantu with a double. So a 2-2 ball game.
That's something I'm sure it didn't happen often to Jeff Samardzija in the minor leagues. A 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and Cantu buggy whips it down that third baseline. That pitch was up letter high over the heart of the plate, just inside the stripe down into the corner.
Well, the volume went from 11 to 0 here in this ballpark as Cantu just tied it up. Now Mike Jacobs. Fouled back.
And I'm sure the Marlins have been doing their homework watching Samardzija as this inning has progressed, and so far he's thrown one slider for a strike, but everything else that he's thrown in the strike zone has been that tailing fastball in the high 90s. You saw that swing by Jacobs that time, geared for fastball. Kind of a straight changeup, possibly a splitter that got away from him a little bit at 84 miles an hour. That was one thing we heard about Samardzija going all the way back to spring training. He needed to work on his secondary pitches, get more consistent with his slider, find some kind of a straight changeup that he was comfortable with.
Popped him up. This should do it. And time for the stretch.
Today's guest conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Welcome, Cubs TV broadcaster Len Casper.
All right, Cub fans, this one's for Dustin and Eggleston. Let me hear you. On 1, on 2, on 3. to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it strikes you out at the old ball game. Let's get some runs.
You just randomly up. No,
What was that?
nothing.
Every sip gets you closer to clothing, vacations, millions of songs from Amazon MP3, and more. Sign up at PepsiStuff.com.
Get Pepsi Stuff points on specially marked Pepsi or Diet Pepsi 24-ounce 6-packs for a free Amazon MP3 music download.
Did you know 1 in 2 women will develop bone or breast health issues?
Really? I didn't know that.
One A Day Women's is the only complete multivitamin with more calcium for strong bones and more vitamin D, which emerging research suggests may support breast health. 1 A Day Women's.
Join the Night Watchman as he secures the fortress in an ongoing quest to keep it safe from mediocre television. Travel deep down to the movie underground to screen another movie mind fresh from the vaults. Forget his political career. Tonight, we got the film that put Arnold on the map. The Terminator.
I'll be back.
Enter the movie underground, premiering tonight at 8 East 5 West, right here on WGN America. Keep your eyes here.
You're terminated.
Jorge Cantu with a game-tying RBI double. So it's 2-2. Some changes for the Marlins, most notably on the mound, Doug Wechter. A right-hander is on. So tie ball game. Here's the top of the order. Soriano takes ball 1. Meziga stays in and plays center. Swing and a miss. Cody Ross goes over to right. So that means Luis Gonzalez is out. So Wechter into that 2-hole in the Marlins lineup. Fouled back to the screen.
Wechter is the Marlins version of the slider specialist. You'll see a lot of sliders from this guy, especially against the right-handed hitters.
We've seen Johnson, Nelson, and now Wechter. Jeff Samardzija had to work hard. 22 pitches, 15 strikes. Gave up a run on 2 hits. One bounce right to Hanley Ramirez. Brings up Ryan Theriot.
Nice job on the stretch, partner. Way to go.
Thank you.
Like a songbird.
Well, as you know, it's nerve-wracking, but in a good way. Quite an adrenaline rush. Everybody's looking at you like, well, let's go. No, that's about as much fun as you can have here at the ballpark. One ball, no strikes on Ryan Theriot. One and one.
Nobody warming in the bullpen. Probably see Samardzija go back out at least to start the next half inning.
There's that slider you were talking about. Is Theriot with an awkward swing.
He's got a good one, and he'll throw it in any count to any hitter. Occasionally he'll throw it to the front door. By that I mean throw it right at the right-handed hitter, try to break it over the inside corner, but mostly he's going to throw it middle away and break it out of the strike zone away from the hitter.
Base hit to right. Number 2 today for Terrio.
Here's today's Too Much Good Stuff, brought to you by AMPM. Ryan Dempster with a very workmanlike effort tonight. Didn't have his best stuff, but he battled this Marlins team, kept his team in the ballgame, gave him a chance to win, gave up only the 1 run after hitting Dan Uggla to start the second inning. He came around to score on a Josh Willingham double. That was it for the Fish against Ryan Dempster today. Thank you, AMPM.
Carlos Marmol joining his bullpen mates. The hit for Terrio giving him now a National League leading 41 multi-hit performances. Next in line, Christian Guzman of the Nationals with 38. 5, 4, that's it. And they're lucky to get one. Terrio thought Uggla came off second base. Rob Drake, the second base umpire, made the call. Lou coming out. Mike Quade getting Terrio out of harm's way, so to speak.
Well, Rob Drake got the skipper on the other side of town last week. Lou's out there to argue for his player, Ryan Terrio. You rarely see the Riot argue that vehemently. He was sure that he was in there and that Uggla had come off the bag at second base. We'll have the benefit of some replays here. A slow developing attempted double play.
Really hard to tell from that angle, but it looked like Uggla was in the vicinity when he caught the ball. Terrio was pretty close to it. Let's see. And he's coming off.
Yeah, he came off eventually. It was hard to tell if he was able to drag that toe across the back corner of the bag as he made the catch. It was clear his foot came off after the ball was in the glove, but tough to tell from that angle.
At any rate, Lee takes over for Terrio at first. And there are 2 outs. Been an off day at the plate for Ramirez, but he can salvage it in a big way. He has struck out twice and popped out. The thing about this game, I mean, you can have ugly days at the plate, but you just get one more chance and you can erase all those bad memories.
Well, and if he gets a strike slider from Wechter, he could turn this game around in a hurry. Well, Ramos is a real good breaking ball hitter for strikes. Slider just off the corner, low and away.
Reniel Pinto up for the Marlins, formerly in the Cubs organization. Well, he did hold up. Wow. Boy, that's a big pitch. Now it's 2-0.
See how he kind of takes his hands off the bat here. Ooh, very close to getting it out front. Tried to pop his hands off the bat and show the first base umpire that he didn't have it out there far enough. We'll take it.
All sliders, 3-0. Fukudome on deck. Speaking of football players, Doug Wechter was a pretty good high school quarterback. He was originally slated to attend the University of South Florida. You go back, Bob, to 1999. He was the Tampa Bay Devil Rays' third pick behind Josh Hamilton and Carl Crawford. Lee goes. That was ball 4. It was. Didn't see Brian Gorman make a move, but Aramis didn't go to first either. But it was ball 4, and Freddie Gonzalez comes out. We'll probably ask for the left-hander Pinto with Kosuke due up. And that's exactly what's going to happen. We'll take a break. We're in the 7th, 2-2.
Is it real? Well, some say there are 2 of them, each 1,000 feet long. Once a year they come out for 4 days and 3 nights. Is it real? I hope so.
Oh, it's real. The Bud Light Party Cruise. 2 ships, 1 legendary time.
Just think about it. Get it?
Now it's easy to sell your home fast with the No Commission Company. ForSaleByOwner.com.
We sold our home in 3 weeks.
I had no idea it could be that easy. It really was.
We've helped thousands of people save millions of dollars. We give you lawn signs and a step-by-step guide. We even have advisors on call to answer any questions. Visit ForSaleByOwner.com now at ForSaleByOwner.com. ForSaleByOwner.com. No commission, lots of help.
Reniel Pinto actually has been better against right-handers, but lefties haven't done a whole lot. They're hitting just .230 against him. Righties just .185.
Finding the strike zone consistently has been a problem for Pinto on occasion.
Ball 1 to Kosuke. Worked a walk in the 6th after striking out and flying out. 2 on with 2 down. 2-2 tie. Pinto signed with the Cubs out of Venezuela in 1999 and was sent to Florida in December of 2005. Big cut and a miss. That was in the Juan Pierre deal on December 7th, 05. Pinto, Sergio Mitre, and Ricky Nolasco. So 3 pitchers for Juan Pierre in that deal. Fouled off. Sergio Mitre has undergone season-ending Tommy John surgery. Ricky Nolasco is 10-6 with a 3.99, and he'll next pitch on Monday against the Mets. Lee at second, Ramirez at first. And Derek's going to move up, and so will Aramis. On a passed ball charged to the catcher Hoover.
Looked like that ball had a little run away from Kosuke Fukudome. Caught Hoover by surprise. He was expecting something down and in, moving the other direction. That ball cut away from him. It'll go for a pass ball.
A 3-2 and a foul ball. Pretty close. Sliced and just was to the left of the line.
Slash and run swing, very reminiscent of Ichiro up in Seattle. Almost moving down that first baseline as he made contact, just sliced it too far foul.
Here comes Pinto again. And Kosuke missed it. That's the second time he's missed it on the swing and has not run to first base. Well, that's the inning. Still 2-2.
Who is Dave Chappelle? Really? He's Rick James, Lil Jon, Blackzilla, a Black Klansman, a Milkman, Tron Carter, Silky Johnson, Gallagher Prince.
Here's the celebration.
Chappelle's Show, tonight at midnight East, 9 West on WGN America.
Well, I married my dream girl, but she didn't tell me her credit was bad. So now instead of living in a pleasant suburb, we're living in the basement at her mom and dad's. No, we can't get a loan for a respectable home just because my girl defaulted on some old credit card. If we'd gone to freecreditreport.com, I'd be a happy bachelor with a dog and a yard. Offer applies with enrollment and Triple Advantage.
I know. My diet? Well, yesterday I had an apple turnover. I know it's sort of my weakness. I always keep it in the house. Well, that and Boston cream pie, white chocolate strawberries. Yeah.
And key lime pie.
Yeah. I've already lost some weight.
Yoplait Light with 14 delicious flavors at 100 calories.
Babe, what are you doing?
So, Kate, why are you an Esurance customer?
Esurance is the only auto insurance that makes me feel animated. My life is kind of busy. Sometimes it's hard to find what I need. Like my insurance cards.
With Esurance, there's no more paperwork.
Everything's online, where it's easy to find. That means Esurance customers like me save a lot of paper, which also helps our environment.
Get your fast, free online quote today.
Get animated about your auto insurance with Esurance.
Time for today's Bud Light Fan Cam. The bad and the good around Wrigleyville today. Blisters and sun. From 1983, Blister in the Sun by the Violent Femmes just up the road in Milwaukee. That's today's Bud Light Fan Cam. Bud Light keeps it coming.
Clearly the shots of the dogs were on tape because they left the ballpark when I sang the script. Dan Uggla batting against Jeff Samardzija. A little change up there.
Yeah, looked like a straight change up. Got Uggla way out in front.
2 strikes. Jeff gave up a run, the game tying run in the 7th. Tap back to him. And he'll flip to Lee. 1 out. Skies have become overcast. And it's very warm Friday afternoon. Glad you're with us. Everything else around baseball later tonight. The Cubs starting the day a game up on the surging Milwaukee Brewers, who have won 8 straight. Florida is in third, 2 games behind the Mets in the East. The Phillies are in second, 1 out. Cubs are 8-4 versus the East. No more games in the regular campaign against the West. They dominated the National League West, going 23-10. It's 1-1 on Willingham. It's Cody Ross on deck. Pop up into short right. And it's Kosuke coming in, and he has it. Bob, Kosuke a couple of times today has swung and missed on strike 3 and balls that have gotten away from the catcher, and neither time did he even attempt to go to first base. That's very surprising.
You'll see that happen on occasion when the hitter feels like he got a piece of the ball and thought it was a foul tip, but Kosuke didn't argue, didn't appear like he thought he fouled it. He just neglected to run down the first baseline and force Hoover to make that throw. Samardzija a little more under control this inning. We've seen some good off-speed pitches in the strike zone. That fastball at 92 with good movement to the outside corner. Got that adrenaline out in the last inning. A little more under control this time.
Foul wide of third. Would you say he's pitching here in the 8th and maybe was throwing a bit in the 7th?
Well, and that's certainly understandable.
Yeah.
You know, you can imagine a guy toeing the slab for the first time in the big leagues. The crowd's all on their feet. He's rearing back and throwing everything in the high 90s. And every time Giovanni Soto hung down the sign for an off-speed pitch, he had no idea where it was going to go. A lot more under control here, finishing his pitches. Maybe not throwing quite as hard as he did in the last inning, but more effective in this inning.
Swing and a miss. So he goes 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. And a great hand for him. It's still 2-2.
Oh, hey, you guys.
Thanks for coming. I love how you decorated.
Yeah, the garden gnomes are really great. The garden gnomes.
Endless refreshment from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it coming.
It's not what you're thinking.
Call today for the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit card from American Express and start earning double miles in more places more often. Apply now and get up to 20,000 bonus miles. With award tickets starting at just 25,000 miles, you can fly free sooner. Plus, the annual fee is waived for the first year. Call 1-800-SKY-MILES. Call now for the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit card and earn 2 miles for every eligible dollar you spend for even faster travel awards on Delta and 15 airline partners. Take advantage of this great offer today and get 20,000 miles closer to a free trip. Plus, enjoy the card with no annual fee for the first year. Apply online or call 1-800-SKY-MILES now.
WGN America, your summertime home for baseball. Saturday, D. Lee and the Cubs look to reel in Florida in a Game 3 showdown. Marlins, Cubs, Saturday at 1 on WGN America.
Pinto struck out Fukudome to end the 7th. A couple of runners were on base at that time, and he faces Giovanni Soto. They have turned the lights on with the overcast skies as we get into the late afternoon hours. A 2-2 tie in the 8th. 1 ball, 1 strike. I have to look it up. It's possible Soto has caught Pinto in the minor leagues. And have been on the same team at one time. Yeah, maybe 2003, for instance, with Daytona, and then 04 with West 10. Didn't help out Gio, that familiarity, however, as he flies out to left. Always looking for those connections.
Oh, yeah. He didn't miss that one by much. Just got underneath it, got it right off the barrel of the bat, but just a little under it, popped it high in the air left field.
Ronnie Cedeno bats now for Fontenot at the left-handed pitcher, working for Florida. Well, the Porters are here. Ian from Tampa Nash from Lafayette, Indiana, here with their wives Jen and Michelle, enjoying the game. Compliments of their Uncle Joe. Little flare and a base hit. Go ahead, run is on. And a guy with good wheels, Ronnie Cedeno.
Really hit last night's ball a little harder in a different direction. High in the air to left field, well back into the bleachers in left for his second home run of the season.
And with Reed Johnson coming up, Freddie Gonzalez is going to make a change. Justin Miller, just off the disabled list, is in.
It's in Chicago, John.
This man.
This is my cab. Ow!
Has to get home for the holidays. This man.
Wow.
Is his only way to get there.
Here we go.
Steve Martin.
Where's your other hand?
John Candy.
Between two pillows.
In the John Hughes Classic.
Those aren't pillows.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Saturday at 8 on WGN America.
Every sip gets you closer to Justin Timberlake MP3s.
Hey.
KDU. HD TVs, millions of songs from Amazon MP3 and more. Sign up at PepsiStuff.com.
Get Pepsi Stuff points on specially marked Pepsi or Diet Pepsi 24-ounce 6-packs for a free Amazon MP3 music download.
Join the Night Watchman as he secures the fortress in an ongoing quest to keep it safe from mediocre television. Travel deep down to the movie underground to screen another movie mind fresh from the vaults. Forget his political career. Tonight, we got the film that put Arnold on the map. The Terminator.
I'll be back.
Enter the movie underground, premiering tonight at 8 East 5 West, right here on WGN America. Keep your eyes here.
You're terminated.
Justin Miller was on the disabled list with right elbow inflammation. He was activated prior to the start of the series yesterday. Marlins bullpen has been pretty good lately. 2.31 earned run average here in the second half. They have kept the Cubs off the board here today after the starter Johnson allowed 2. 1 strike on Reed Johnson. Scoreless innings from Lindstrom and Nelson last night. Marmol and Howry up for the Cubs. It's a long outing for Marmol. Got the final 4 outs, but it took 38 pitches, and he threw 21 pitches the night before in Arizona. Jim Edmonds bothered by some left knee inflammation, but he has the batting gloves on. And looks like he can give Lou an at-bat today. Cedeno's at first, 1 out here in the 8th. Miller will get a new baseball. I should have asked Jeff Samardzija how he was swinging the bat in the minors. He's in the on-deck circle.
Now this might be the worst fake of all time. I don't think there's any way he'll take this at bat.
Swing and the miss. So Johnson strikes out. He thought he was going to hit. It looked like he was just trying to talk Lou into it by heading to the plate, but instead it will be Jim Edmonds. So here's Edmonds, who's been out of the lineup the last couple of days because of the left knee, which has been surgically repaired. He came out of the game Tuesday night and has not seen action since. The knee's on that back leg, that push-off leg in the batter's box, so we'll see how it goes. You would expect a knee to be on a leg, but I think you knew what I meant.
Brother.
The 0-1. Outside.
Well, one thing about Edmonds, his approach at the plate, the way he spreads out in that batter's box, figures not to bother that knee as much as somebody who really loaded up on the back leg. Wind has kind of changed directions a little bit here at Wrigley Field. It was blowing straight out earlier in the ball game, and what little bit we have right now is blowing from the left field corner across to the right field corner. Be a good time to get one up in the air to right.
Yeah, the Cubs need a good swing here. They don't necessarily need a ton of speed from Jim Edmonds. They can take him out for a pinch runner if needed. 1 and 2.
Yeah, the speed you're concerned about is the guy at first base, Ronnie Cedeno. Should Edmonds be able to hit a gap or pull a ball down the line? Good to see Ronnie off to the races with 2 outs.
Both runs have come via the home run. Soto and Johnson today. 117 homers on the year for the Cubs. He lays that one into left for a base hit as Cedeno makes a turn and is now at third. Edmonds on his way to second base. So 2 are in scoring position with Soriano coming up.
Edmonds just kind of serves this ball out into left field. That was a backdoor breaking ball headed for the outside corner at the knees. Just flicked it out there into left field. He was going to be content to stop at first base, but when the throw from left field came all the way into third, Edmonds just rounded the bag, kept on going, got himself into scoring position.
And Jason Marquis will run for him. And they've given Edmonds a double.
For Jim Edmonds, that was his first pinch hit of the season. Now 1 for 6 coming off the bench.
We'll see what the Marlins elect to do. They're going to at least start this at bat by pitching to Soriano.
They did walk him intentionally in the 5th inning last night in a similar circumstance with a base open at first.
Slow breaker for a strike. Terrio with a couple of hits on deck. Very dangerous hitter. Among the league leaders in batting average. Ugla goes out. And that's an easy play, and the inning is over. The Cubs leave 2 in scoring position. We go to the 9th inning. Bob Howery will pitch. It's 2-2.
Travel deep down to the movie underground to screen another movie mind fresh from the vaults. Tonight, we got the film that put Arnold on the map, The Terminator, premiering tonight at 8 East 5 West, right here on WGN America.
WGN America, TV you can't ignore.
Every sip gets you closer to Justin Timberlake MP3s.
Hey.
Hey to you. HD TVs, millions of songs from Amazon MP3 and more. Sign up at PepsiStuff.com.
Get Pepsi Stuff points on specially marked Pepsi or Diet Pepsi 24-ounce 6-packs for a free Amazon MP3 music download.
Here comes trouble. Make that big trouble. No, not this guy. These guys. Because just one flea can become thousands fast. On your carpet, your couch, everywhere. To stop an infestation, ask for Frontline Plus. Frontline Plus quickly kills fleas, their eggs, and larvae, even ticks. It's waterproof, and one dose lasts all month long. The last kind of trouble you or your pet needs is flea trouble. For dogs and cats, ask for the vet's #1 choice, Frontline Plus.
Attention kidney dialysis patients. If you became a dialysis patient after open heart surgery, you may have a claim for money damages. A drug commonly used during heart surgery has been found to double the risk of kidney failure. Unfortunately, you may not know if you were given this drug. But if you've been forced to undergo kidney dialysis after open heart surgery, call 800-798-0091 for a free review of your claim. 800-798-0091.
Locked into a 2-2 tie here in the 9th. As Cedeno remains in and plays second. Jeremy Hermida will bat for the catcher Paul Hoover. And he'll face Bob Howery. And away we go. Ball one. Cubs have out-hit the Marlins 10-4, but that doesn't matter. One and one. Bob came in last night in the 8th to help clean up a major jam. He did get 2 outs. One ended up being a sac fly and a great catch by Mark DeRosa in right. So he allowed one inherited runner to score. But he's inherited 24 runners on the year and only 3 have crossed the plate.
He's been busy lately. Pitched the first and last game of that Arizona series. Pitched the first game of the series here last night against Florida. Finds himself in there again today in a pressure-packed situation. All in all, you've got to be pretty impressed with Jeff Samardzij's outing today. Even though he did give up that run in the 7th to tie the ball game, really settled in nicely in that 8th inning, showcased some good off-speed stuff. His command was much better. Pretty impressive stuff.
2-2. Well, we saw him a couple of years ago, his first major league spring training, and he looked like he belonged. As you said, he had a lot to work on with his secondary pitches, just gaining experience. But he had that it factor. And he really stood out.
Oh, my.
3-2.
I'm not sure exactly where that one missed. Soto had set up on the inside corner and at the last instant jumped out to the outside corner, and Bob Howery dotted the glove right there. Didn't get the call.
Soto sliding toward the outside part of the plate, and Hermida just got a piece of it. It's been an inconsistent season for Bob Howery. His best month ERA wise was May, 13 appearances and a 176. He's given up 8 earned runs in 11 appearances here in July, covering 10 1/3 innings. Fairly quiet in the ballpark. Everybody was pretty energized with Samardzija on the mound in the 7th with a 2-1 lead, but then the Marlins tied it, and we haven't seen a run since. Deep to right. Kosuke on the track, and there is that next run. That one ended up on Sheffield. That's a pinch hit. Home run for Hermida. And remember that pitch Howery did not get earlier in the count. It's 3-2 Marlins.
We talked in that last half inning how the wind has kind of turned around, pushing everything out toward right field, and Hermida takes full advantage. Not that he needed much help from the wind. That is right in the happy zone of most left-handed hitters. That fastball down and in where all they have to do is drop the head of the bat, and Hermida did that.
Normally their starting right fielder. He hasn't started in the series, but he has a go-ahead homer here in game 2. Baseball ended up back on the field after that home run. It's the 4th pinch hit home run for the Marlins, their first since the middle of May. Bunted foul by Amezaga. The closer, Kevin Gregg. Lined and caught by Kosuke, 1 out. Hanley Ramirez now. Well, Hermida took advantage of a second chance and that at bat, and he drilled it out to right. Bounce toward third. It's a foul ball.
Bo Porter was any further down that third baseline behind the coach's box, he could catch in the Cubs bullpen. He's probably seen some Hanley Ramirez line drives go foul down that third baseline and wants to give himself as much reaction time as possible.
Soto wants it down and in, and it scoots under the glove of Aramis. On his way to second, and he's in. Hard slide by Hanley Ramirez right into Cedeno. Ronnie got spiked.
And you get somebody that runs as fast as Hanley Ramirez, full steam after turning the bag at first base, decides he's going to go ahead and try to stretch it into a double. Looks like Ronnie got his foot caught between the sliding runner and the base right there, and Ramirez coming in feet first with those cleats got him somewhere.
But also, you know what? He might have been stopped and the knee came up and maybe locked up Ronnie's knee. Kind of hard to tell.
Yep, a lot of contact. Not sure exactly where the area of concern is right now, but Mark O'Neill out there to take a look.
Now, I'm not sure if he got spiked, but watch when he comes up. Yeah, he got him. He did get him. Yep.
Got him just above the left ankle there with the cleats. Purely incidental. No intent to do harm there by Hanley Ramirez. As I said, he was just running full speed. Slid late. And a lot of contact.
Well, the fast guys can do the most damage.
Well, and hopefully Ronnie will be okay, but if necessary, Lou still has Mark DeRosa available. Once again, illustrating his value to this ball club with his versatility. He could fill in for Ronnie at second base if necessary. He could fill in anywhere on the field if necessary. If you're only going to have one guy left, well, actually we have Henry Blanco as well, but we know they're going to save him in case they need him behind the dish. But if you're only going to have one guy left, you hope he plays multiple positions.
Baker will pinch bat. Left-handed hitter, and he'll stay in and catch because Hermida batted for Hoover. Baker hitting for Justin Miller, who has a chance for a win in his first appearance off the disabled list. Baker will get a new bat. A leadoff pinch hit home run by Jeremy Hermida, giving Florida a 3-2 lead. While we have a moment, let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
Forget his political career. We got the film that put Arnold on the map, The Terminator.
I'll be back.
Enter the movie Underground, Friday night on WGN America.
A run in, and the Marlins threatening to get more. They have a runner at second base with one out. The pitch by Howery, a bit outside. Well, the Cubs are hopeful they're going to get Kerry Wood back when he is eligible to come off the disabled list Tuesday night in Milwaukee. They could only backdate the DL stint 10 days. So we'll see if the blister has calmed down enough to allow him to throw a side session or two, possibly a sim game, and then get him back in action. You never want to be without anybody toward the back end of your bullpen, Bob, but when it's your closer, you have to basically move everybody else out of their comfortable spot. And maybe Lou would have used Jeff Samardzija today. Samardzija might not have even been here if Kerry Wood had been healthy, but it requires everybody to at least be open to doing something different. The Cubs haven't been in a lot of save spots since Kerry has been unavailable. Marmol got the save last night, but that's the only save of the second half for the Cubs. Kick and the pitch. He was able to hold his swing 3-2. 41,570 here in the ballpark, and it's been very quiet.
Baker able to hold up on that check swing to run the count to full. A good idea for Howard to check back there on Hanley Ramirez a couple times before delivering that ball to home plate.
Kosuke catches it. Nice job on the back pedal. He had to reverse field very quickly. That ball was struck extremely hard.
I got to be honest, I thought that ball was over his head when it came off the bat. Baker hit it like a bullet to right field. Kosuke ends up backpedaling onto the warning track. Hanley Ramirez had gone halfway to third base, had to retreat to tag, and then could not advance after Fukudome made the catch. Little strategy meeting here. I mean, you've got a right-on-right matchup with Cantu at the plate and Howery on the mound, but Jorge Cantu has swung the bat as well as anybody in this Marlins lineup in the first two games of this series. And you've got the left-handed hitting Mike Jacobs after him. Great body control to get contorted. He turns around, never takes his eye off the ball, ends up backpedaling onto the track, spins around, and as usual, quickly gets the ball back into the infield to hold the runner.
It was Cantu who tied it up with a 2-out RBI double in the 7th. That was against Samardzija. Now it's Howery in the 9th. Fastball strike. We'll have game 3 tomorrow, noon Central Time here on WGN Sports. Chris Volstad for the Marlins, and Rich Harden with his 3rd start for the Cubs. He's still looking for his first win. So Volstad and Harden in a matchup of right-handers. I can't believe how quiet it is in here. I mean, nobody's leaving. It's a 3-2 score. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Well, this happens occasionally when Bob Howery comes into the ball game. He works at a much slower pace than any of the other Cubs relievers. Just all part of his pre-pitch routine. Kind of takes the air out of the ball a little bit. Hopefully takes the sting out of the bats of the opposition.
And, you know, this crowd will get up in the bottom of the 9th. They're getting up now. Terrio Lee and Ramirez due up as Howery tries to escape the top of the 9th with limited damage, 2-2. Do it again.
Cantu, if he puts the ball in play, pretty good chance he's going to hit it to the left side of the field. We saw him pull a 97-mile-an-hour heater from Samardzija right down the 3rd baseline. All of his hits in the ball game last night came to the left side and left field. If he would happen to get one through into left field, we could see a possible play at the plate. Soriano, we know what he can do throwing that ball to the dish.
A fly to center. Reed Johnson tracking, and he'll get there and make the catch to end the inning. Hermida led off the inning as a pinch hitter with a home run. And it's 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 9th.
Hey, I'm the night watchman here at the Fortress of Television Innovation. One day, I discovered a vault filled with movies and created myself a secret getaway. I call it the Movie Underground.
Premiering tonight right here on WGN America.
WGN America. TV you can't ignore.
We won.
Good job.
Just for Men takes 5 easy minutes. Targets only the gray hair and can get you to a better place.
How's the new job?
Great. Just for Men. Stay in the game.
I love this one. This man finally popped the question.
You like it?
Oh, it's so beautiful.
But his Visa card was over the limit.
I'm so sorry. There seems to be a problem.
His fiance told him to call American Express.
Okay, this one's so cool. A Gold Card member wanted a special gift for his wife's birthday.
No.
So I got him tickets through Gold Card events for the concert of the year before they went on sale.
Got him.
Call 1-800-THE-CARD for the Preferred Rewards Gold Card.
This one's quite romantic. Card member calls up, wants to take her husband to this really authentic Italian restaurant. I say, it's easy with our rewards program. Go online, pick almost any flight, you can pay with points, and go.
Tiramisu.
Italian food in Italy. Bellissimo. Get
Get up to 5 additional Preferred Rewards Gold cards for one low fee. Are you settling for less? Or are you a card member? Call and apply now.
Jeremy Hermida stays in and plays right. John Baker now catching. Kevin Gregg now pitching. He's their closer. Facing Ryan Theriot, 3-2 Florida. So Ross goes back to center. You have a Meziga from center to third. And he's going to field this bouncer and throw to Cantu, who went across the diamond from third to first. So I think that puts Greg in Jacob's spot.
I think you're right.
One out here in the bottom of the ninth, and it's Derek Lee. Pitchers of record right now, Miller for the Marlins and Howry for the Cubs. Fouled back by Lee. Fastball at 90 from Kevin Gregg.
A four-seamer, a two-seamer. He'll throw in a slider, throw an occasional split finger, and he will throw that sinker to the back door to a right-handed hitter. Started just off the outside corner and try to get the called strike.
Drive to right. Not going anywhere as Hermida will catch it. 2 quick outs.
How about Kevin Gregg? Not only does he have 20 saves on the season, but he's figured in 10 decisions. He's 6-4. Very odd numbers for a closer.
5 letters in his last name. 3 are G's. G-R-E-G-G. Kevin Gregg. Facing a Ramos Ramirez, representing the last chance for the Cubs. Ball 1. Big numbers late for Ramos. Trying to keep the Cubs alive. Outside corner on a breaking ball. Hit foul. In case we go to extras, Sean Marshall is now throwing in the Cubs bullpen. A 1-2 pitch. 2-2. It's a Meziga from third base, and he'll throw to first. Cantu steps on the bag, and the Marlins have evened up this series at 1 game apiece. Gregg goes 1-2-3 in the 9th. One of the big stories in this series, Bob, Cubs haven't gotten anything done against their bullpen.
Well, they really shut the Cubs offense down late in the ballgame. Unfortunately, the Marlins got just enough with that solo bomb by Hermida in the 9th.
3-2 the final. We'll be back to Wrigley Field in a moment.
Every sip gets you closer to Justin Timberlake MP3s.
Hey.
Hey to you. HD TVs, millions of songs from Amazon MP3 and more. Sign up at PepsiStuff.com.
Get Pepsi Stuff points on specially marked Pepsi or Diet Pepsi 24-ounce 6-packs for a free Amazon MP3 music download.
Hey, mister, are you going to the laundry room?
I was.
It's a dead zone. Reception is terrible, and calls go away for all eternity.
I have the Verizon network. You good?
That's cool.
We test our network every day to be America's most reliable. Verizon Wireless. Now get the new NV2 for just $99.99.
Hey, Mr. Opportunity here, and I've got some really good economic news for you. It's Honda clearance time, the perfect time to get your hands on a brand new Honda. Why Honda? Well, because they last a long time and have better residual value than other cars. True. Look at that legal down below. And that means you can keep more of your money. I live for this stuff. The 2008 Honda clearance. For plenty of ways to keep more of your money, go to shophonda.com. I'm Mr. Opportunity, and I approve this message.
Gotham City Pizza. And, could you tell the Joker he owes me a car?
Introducing the Gotham City Pizza with 50% more pepperoni for $9.99. Domino's, you got 30 minutes.
So the Marlins win 3-2 the final. They were out hit 10-6. The winning pitcher, Justin Miller. Bob Howery takes the loss. Kevin Gregg with the save. 3 hours, 11 minutes in front of 41,570. Budweiser play of the game-winning homer. Pinch hitter Jeremy Hermida leading off the ninth.
Well, the Cubs had a lot of opportunities in this game to make this a moot point. The home run that Hermida hit in the ninth. Unfortunately, they couldn't push across those runs when they had opportunities, and that makes that our Budweiser play of the game.
The perfect balance of taste and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager. We'll be right back with you tomorrow for Cubs baseball here on WGN Sports. Game 3 against the Marlins. Chris Bolstad and Rich Harden in a battle of righties. We'll be on the air at noon Central celebrating 60 years of Cubs broadcasts on WGN. Baseball like it ought to be. Cubs lead in the division down to just a half game over Milwaukee as they drop a 3-2 decision to Florida. So now for Bob Brenly, Pete Thomas, Skip Ellison, Mark Brady, Bob Vorwald, and our entire WGN Sports crew. Len Casper saying goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow.
Chicago Cubs baseball brought to you by Budweiser, who thanks you for being a designated driver. The Chicagoland area Dodge dealers and the all-new 2009 Dodge Journey. AT&T. See what's new from the new AT&T. Visit att.com for details. The Illinois Lottery. Play the Illinois Lottery. Have a ball. By Pepsi. Every sip gets you closer. And by Southwest Airlines. These don't fly with us. Visit southwest.com.
Today for the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit card from American Express and start earning double miles in more places more often. Apply now and get up to 20,000 bonus miles. With award tickets starting at just 25,000 miles, you can fly free sooner. Plus, the annual fee is waived for the first year. Call 1-800-SKY-MILES. Now for the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit card and earn 2 miles for every eligible dollar you spend for even faster travel awards on Delta and 15 airline partners. Take advantage of this great offer today and get 20,000 miles closer to a free trip. Plus, enjoy the card with no annual fee for the first year. Apply online or call 1-800-SKY-MILES now.
Steve Odell is a real Geico customer, not a paid celebrity. So to help tell his story, we hired a celebrity.
Recently, my father was carjacked at knife point.
Oh, honey, that's all right. This face has seen more knives than a Benihana.
Geico handled the whole thing with unbelievable sensitivity.
Sensitivity? I can't feel my face.